is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning. A $250 million bond for SBF. The FTX founder will live with his parents while out on bail. The government reviewing the proposal from gas retailers. And the tourism minister urging property owners to invest in downtown Nassau. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's here. It's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, wake up.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Friday, December 23rd, 2022. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Stephen Hanna will be joining us. Also this morning, the countdown is also on, not just to Christmas, but to New Year's and New Year's Eve. And we're going to get the details about the big New Year's Eve celebration at Margaritaville Resort in Nassau. I'll tell you all about it coming up. And in Morning Blend Business, we're going to dive deeper into the issue with downtown Nassau and the Deputy Prime Minister and Tourism Minister Chester Cooper urging property owners to invest in the area. We're going to get into all of that this morning. Plus, we've got giveaways like we had yesterday, and you could win just by answering trivia questions. So a lot happening on this final show before Christmas. But first, it's time for the Overnight, the latest breaking news from while you were sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, after being extradited to the United States from the Bahamas, FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried appeared in New York court and was released on a $250 million bond and other restrictions. The former FTX CEO was arrested in the Bahamas last week Monday and remanded to the Department of Correctional Services the following day. He stayed in custody until he agreed to be extradited on Wednesday. The 30-year-old Bankman-Fried, better known as SBF, was wanted in the U.S. on fraud charges concerning the collapse of his cryptocurrency exchange that resulted in customers losing billions of dollars. If convicted, he could be jailed for 115 years. Shortly after he left the Bahamas, as he was still in the air, we learned that the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damien Williams, announced that two of SBF's associates, Carolyn Ellison and Gary Wang, pleaded guilty to fraud charges and were cooperating with his office. As part of his bail agreement, Bankman-Fried will live with his parents in California, be outfitted with an electronic monitoring bracelet, surrender his passport, and receive mental health and substance abuse treatment. The court also says that Bankman-Fried must get approval from the government for any expenses over $1,000. He appeared before Judge Gabriel Gorenstein, the same judge who arraigned Bernie Madoff and who was later convicted of operating one of the most widespread Ponzi schemes in history. Madoff died in prison last year. He was serving a 150-year prison sentence. FTX was one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. It was formed in 2019, and Bankman-Fried relocated its headquarters to the Bahamas in 2021. Prime Minister Philip Davis and members of the government, including Attorney General Ryan Pinder, had lauded FTX's arrival in the country. Pinder was among those who watched a handcuffed Bankman-Fried under FBI escort board a plane Wednesday night bound for the U.S. FTX broke ground on its new Bahamas-based headquarters earlier this year and held a massive crypto conference at Bahamar, which attracted thousands of cryptocurrency enthusiasts, as well as former U.S. President Bill Clinton and former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair. Minister of Economic Affairs Michael Halkidis says the government is not deaf to the concerns raised by members of the Bahamas Petroleum Retailers Association over the issue of margins. He says the Davis administration is currently reviewing a proposal by the association. Halkidis saying that their proposal is suggesting that they would prefer a fixed margin to a floating. They'd prefer to go from a fixed margin to a floating margin. He says, quote, "Our view is we would look at it and study it and benchmark it against what other jurisdictions are doing. But primary in our consideration is we do not want to do something now that would lead to an immediate increase in the price of the pump. We think that will be counterproductive." Members of the association are at a crisis point, according to them, and are asking Prime Minister Davis and Halkidis and the minister to urgently address the issue of those margins. Associations delivered a letter to the Prime Minister relaying some of their issues. According to one retailer, talks are on the way to cut their workforce come the end of the year as they are struggling to survive. They're reportedly also planning to close outlets on certain days over the holidays. Tourism, Investments, and Aviation Minister Chester Cooper again urging property owners to invest more in downtown Nassau to help revitalize the area. Cooper making the comments during a walkabout downtown, which he said was a way to feel the pulse of tourists. He added that his ministry, along with the Ministry of Works, demolished 5 dilapidated buildings east of East Street over the last 8 months, where property owners were not compliant with his and the Ministry of Works requests. A 25-year-old man is facing charges after he was allegedly caught with a loaded gun following a shooting. Prosecutors say Donovan Higgins of Thompson Lane shot Archelaus Thompson while he tried to break up a fight outside a bar on East Bay Street around 1 a.m. on December 17th. A police officer who was working a private engagement at a nearby business went over to investigate after he stopped the suspect's car. While searching the car, the officer allegedly found a black Austria Glock pistol and an extended clip. Higgins was not required to enter pleas to the charges of attempted murder, possession of an unlicensed firearm, and possession of ammunition when he made his initial appearance before Magistrate Samuel McKinney on Thursday. He was remanded to the Department of Correctional Services until February 21st, when it's expected he will receive a voluntary bill of indictment that will fast-track his case to the Supreme Court. Higgins can apply to a judge of the Supreme Court to be released in the interim. Meanwhile, Supreme Court Justice Deborah Fraser has adjourned the bail application of a 26-year-old man accused of attempted murder, firearms, and drug offenses to December 28th. 26-year-old Arizona Roll Jr. is accused of the attempted murder of Javon Saunders. She was shot in the shoulder outside a bar on Village Road after she allegedly had a heated verbal exchange with Roll's girlfriend, who was out on bail for abatement to attempted murder. Roll allegedly evaded police until December 2nd when he was arrested in Westridge following a high-speed chase. The officers allegedly found 5 handguns, 11 rounds of ammunition, and 2.4 pounds of marijuana. And 2 teenage boys appearing before a magistrate on a charge of unlawfully carrying arms after they were allegedly caught with a flip knife at school this month. The juveniles, aged 14 and 13, appeared before Magistrate Algernon Allen Jr. along with their guardians. Prosecutors say the pair had the knife while at A.F. Adderley Junior High on December 7th. The 14-year-old denied the charge while the 13-year-old admitted the offense. Both teens will remain on bail. The court ordered a probation report on the 14-year-old and set the matter down for report on March 23rd. The other teen will return to court on the same date for his trial. Overseas, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky sounding another defiant note on his return to his nation's capital today following his wartime visit to the United States, saying his forces are working toward victory, even as Russia launched new strikes across the country. Zelensky posting on his Telegram account that he's in his Kyiv office following a U.S. trip that secured a new $1.8 billion in military aid, pledging that, quote, "we'll overcome everything." Zelensky's return comes amid relentless Russian artillery, rocket and mortar fire, as well as airstrikes on the eastern and southern fronts and elsewhere in Ukraine. Moscow repeated that there would be no end to the war until its military objectives are achieved. A Kremlin spokesman saying the war would end at the negotiating table once the special military operation achieves the goals that the Russian Federation has set, adding that a significant headway has been made on the demilitarization of Ukraine. The Kremlin spokesman saying no reported Ukrainian peace plan can succeed without taking into account, quote, "the realities of today that can't be ignored," a reference to Moscow's demand that Ukraine recognizes Russia's sovereignty over the Crimea Peninsula, which was annexed in 2014, as well as other territorial gains. The spokesman saying that Russian President Vladimir Putin would today visit a weapons factory in Tula, about 90 miles south of Moscow, and chair a meeting of the country's arms industry there. And air travelers facing possible delays at UK airports today as government employees who check passports went on strike in the latest of a spate of walkouts over pay amid a cost of living crisis. France bracing for similar Christmas travel disruption with a weekend rail strike starting to bite today. The strike by Border Force staff was due to continue through the end of the year, with the exception of next Tuesday. Hundreds of thousands of passengers could be affected, though the British government said it was preparing military personnel and workers from other public services to help out at airports. The strikes are putting pressure on Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's Conservative government, which is refusing demands from public sector workers for substantial pay rises. Inflation stood at 10.7% in November, driven by food and energy prices in the wake of COVID-19 and the COVID-19 pandemic and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Sunak saying he regretted the walkout and advised people to check on their journey plans before setting out. He's insisting that his government has acted fairly and responsibly in public sector pay negotiations. Thousands of National Health Service nurses walked off the job Tuesday in their second 24-hour strike this month. Ambulance drivers, paramedics, and dispatchers also went on strike earlier this week and plan another walkout on December 28th. Postal deliveries, highway maintenance, and driving tests are also being disrupted by strikes. Further travel difficulties loomed on Saturday, Christmas Eve, when most train services were expected to be canceled. The labor unrest is set to continue into the new year when more strikes are planned. Nurses announced today they plan walkouts on January 18th and 19th. And again, France facing similar problems with travel and walkouts. About half of France's train conductors are going on strike for the Christmas weekend. A third of scheduled train services canceled Friday, and 40% of trains were canceled for Saturday and Sunday. They are demanding higher pay and more staff as well. It's among several strikes in France stemming from the rising cost of living, including energy bills in recent months. In sports, for the first time in their young careers, Denali Nottage and Ilana Mackey are senior national tennis champions in the Bahamas. They lifted the men's and women's national titles at the Giorgio Baldacci Open National Championships yesterday. Nottage and Mackey winning the titles on the final day of competition that began this past Monday at the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association's National Tennis Center. Nottage went up against Kevin Major Jr. in the men's final, and Mackey went up against the defending champion Sydney Clark on the women's side. Nottage hardly broke a sweat as Major retired after winning the first game of the first set. Nottage says he is looking forward to making his debut with Major at the 2023 Davis Cup, something that he calls a big accomplishment. It was much more competitive on the women's side as Mackey earned a hard-fought win. She won in straight sets, though, 6-3 and 7-5. Read more about it in today's Guardian Sports section. From the NFL Thursday night action, Trevor Lawrence was in a celebratory mood, decked out in an ugly Christmas sweater while acknowledging that it wasn't even exactly the prettiest performance he and his Jacksonville Jaguars have had during their playoff surge. But it was good enough. The Jags' 19-3 victory over an embarrassed Zach Wilson and the slumping New York Jets on a rainy, windy Thursday night has them in control of their postseason destiny. Lawrence finished 20 of 31 for 229 yards and ran for 51 yards, including a leaping touchdown on 7 carries as the Jaguars, now 7-8, moved within one half game of skidding Tennessee in the AFC South. Jacksonville would win the division title with victories in its final 2 games, including the season finale against the Titans. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day.
Your first look at weather brought to you by John West Shoe Company. Here's what's happening. We've got a cold front that's entering the northwest Bahamas today and swiftly will trek south toward the central Bahamas this evening. There is a risk of waterspout activity ahead and along the frontal boundary, and beachgoers should be alert for possible rip currents and rough surf along north and easterly beaches. For today, for the northwest Bahamas, your forecast calls for partly cloudy to cloudy and warm conditions with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms ahead and along the frontal boundary. It's going to become partly cloudy and cool with a passing shower after the front passes. For boaters, small craft caution comes into effect behind the front. Gusty winds and higher seas in and near showers and thunderstorms expected. Winds southwesterly at 10 to 15 knots ahead of the front, becoming northwest to north at 15 to 20 knots behind the front. Seas 2 to 4 feet ahead of the front, building to 4 to 6 feet behind the front. Seas will build up to 7 feet in northeasterly swells. For the central and southeast Bahamas today, partly to mostly sunny and warm, with a passing shower, becoming partly cloudy with isolated showers or a thunderstorm in the northernmost central islands, fair and mild in the remainder of the central and southeastern islands tonight. Gusty winds and higher seas in and near showers and thunderstorms, Winds northeast to east at 10 knots or less, falling light and variable at times. Seas 1 to 3 feet, but building up to 5 feet in northeasterly swells. Temperature-wise, right now in Nassau, it's about 71 degrees under fair skies. We're looking at highs getting up to 82 Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius. Starting off warm, but it's going to get cooler. Overnight lows getting down about 66 Fahrenheit, 19 Celsius. So, what can you expect for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day? We have got your extended outlook coming up after traffic in just a bit. This first check of weather brought to you by John West Shoe Company. Nassau, you've been asking, and John West Shoe Company is finally here, all the way from Freeport, Grand Bahama. We're here to put shoes on your feet. We've got shoes for the entire family and for all occasions, from flats to heels, slides to safety boots. We've got your feet covered. Check us out today at the plaza behind Wendy's, Carmichael Road West. Telephone 603-SHOE. That's 603-7463. John West Shoe Company. It's time for break, but when we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9, your home for fresh news and smart talk all day.
You know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
The holidays are a time for reflection on the year past, reconnecting with family and friends, and indulging in brand new experiences. No matter what your holiday may bring, at REV, we want to remind you to do it together. Play together, watch together, be together. Take time this Christmas to connect with the people and things that really matter. And let REV take care of home for the holidays. Merry Christmas, Bahamas!
With so much going on in the world today, only accepting cash at your business can be risky. Let Fidelity offer you and your customers safety, convenience, and the flexibility of a fixed or mobile terminal. Take it with you, on the move and on the go, because business should never stop. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit us at any of our branches.
Fidelity, we're good for you. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's a new day.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices, brought to you by BTC. Remember, standard text rates apply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Stephen Hannah will be joining us. Coming up this morning, we've got a lot going on. It's our final show before Christmas, and we've got some giveaways, some more wine to give away this morning from our friends at Bristol Wines and Spirits. And we're going to be talking with Margaritaville Resort about their big New Year's Eve bash. And throughout the morning, we'll be talking about what's in the news and playing some good Christmas music as well. And later in business, we're going to be talking about the tourism minister's trip to downtown and once again making that appeal to owners of properties downtown to do something. But we're going to get into that again and whether that's the right approach. But that's all straight ahead. Let's begin, though, with what else is in the news. And in the news, as the kids say, no slapping up with SBF over in the U.S. I mean, he was flown in, goes to court that day, no wasting time. Right? Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? Right? Because, boy. So, as soon as he lands, practically whisked off to court. And yeah, they are not going to be playing with him. So the FTX founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, allowed a $250 million bond and placed under house arrest. Here's a story from the Associated Press. So the cryptocurrency entrepreneur, Sam Bankman-Fried, walked out of a Manhattan courthouse Thursday with his parents after they agreed to sign a $250 million bond, $250 million bond, and keep him at their California home while he awaits trial on charges that he swindled investors and looted customer deposits of his FTX trading platform. Assistant U.S. Attorney Nicholas Roos said in federal court that Bankman-Fried, who's 30 years old, quote, perpetrated a fraud of epic proportions. Roos proposed strict bail terms, including the $250 million bond, which he said is believed to be the largest federal pretrial bond ever. You think anybody around here would ever have anyway. 250, the largest federal pretrial bond ever. It was also ordered under house arrest at his parents' home in Palo Alto in California. An important reason for allowing bail was that Bankman-Fried, who has been jailed in the Bahamas, agreed to be extradited to the U.S., Roos said. Oh, okay. So part of a deal. Reunited with his parents and lawyers inside the courthouse, an apparently silent Bankman-Fried shook the hands of a supporter before heading out the door, where photographers and video crews rushed him until he left in a car. Magistrate Judge Gabriel W. Gorenstein agreed to the bond and house arrest, though he required that an electronic monitoring bracelet be affixed to Bankman-Fried before he left the courthouse. So let's just pause it right there, because everybody producers look at me because he knew I was going to pause right there. So you see how this is done? If you're going to be on an electronic monitoring device, you're usually confined to an area. You're not allowed to go wherever the heck you want to go. And generally, you're not on bail for murder. Something like this. But you're confined. We don't want to know, oh yeah, you were in the area after 25 people were shot. No. We know where you are, and if you leave the area, you're going to be in big trouble. This is how it's done. And we know this because this was what was proposed when we first introduced the ankle bracelet monitoring system. But for some reason, it has become chaotic and madness. Why are we doing this? And then crying, oh boy, everybody out on bail is getting murdered. Yeah, not surprising, because they're all over the place. Okay, let's get back to the story. Roos had recommended it be attached, require the electronic monitoring bracelet to be affixed to Bankman-Fried before he left the courthouse. Roos had recommended it be attached Friday in California. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. And that's the main story there. But anyway, here we go. All right, so let's get your reaction to that. Very interesting piece there. How long is he going to be out there? What's going to happen? Not sure, not clear yet. But he's not going to be allowed to move around much. I think they're also saying that he can't get into business, anything that would be more than $1,000. And I believe I heard in a report that the judge says, well, I mean, who would want to get into business with SBF after all of this? You'd be surprised, but that's where things are right now. All right, so let's get your reaction to what you're hearing so far. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. All right, so there's more on the story. So Bankman-Fried was shackled at the ankles when he entered the courtroom in a suit and tie to take a seat between his attorneys. He did not speak during the hearing except to answer the judge. Near its end, he was asked by Gorenstein, the judge, whether he understood he would face arrest and owe $250 million if he chose to flee. So you got that. They didn't have to pay that up front. They just agreed that if anything happens, the parent's going to be stuck with the $250 million. Right? So Bankman-Fried answered, quote, yes, I do. Soon afterward, the hearing ended and Bankman-Fried, his hands in his front pants pocket, was led out by 2 U.S. Marshals. His next court date was scheduled for January 3rd. Okay, there we go. Next court date is scheduled for January 3rd. That's pretty soon, when he is to appear before the judge who will preside over the case. January 3rd of next year, a matter of weeks. You understand how it goes, Bahamas? You see, you don't waste time with these things. His bail conditions also require that he not open any new lines of credit or start a business or enter financial transactions larger than $1,000 without the approval of the government or the court. The bond was to be secured by the equity in his parents' home and the signature of them and 2 other financially responsible people with considerable assets. The bail was described as a, quote, personal recognizance bond, meaning the collateral did not need to meet the bail account. Amount. Okay. Bankman-Fried, arrested in the Bahamas last week, was flown to New York late Wednesday after deciding not to challenge his extradition. While in the air, the U.S. attorney in Manhattan announced that 2 of Bankman-Fried's closest business associates had also been charged and on Monday had secretly pleaded guilty. Carolyn Ellison, 28, the former chief executive of Bankman-Fried's trading firm Alameda Research, and Gary Wang, who's 29, who co-founded FTX, pleaded guilty to charges including wire fraud, securities fraud, and commodities fraud. U.S. Attorney Damien Williams said in a video statement that both were cooperating with investigators and had agreed to assist in any prosecution. He warned others who enabled the alleged fraud to come forward. Williams said, quote, if you participated in misconduct at FTX or Alameda, now is the time to get ahead of it. We are moving quickly and our patience is not eternal. Prosecutors and regulators contend that Bankman-Fried was at the center of several illegal schemes to use customer and investor money for personal gain. He faces the possibility of decades in prison if convicted on all counts. In a series of interviews before his arrest, Bankman-Fried said he never intended to defraud anyone. but he's charged with using money illicitly taken from FTX customers to enable trades at Alameda, spend lavishly on real estate, and make millions of dollars in campaign contributions to U.S. politicians. Founded in 2019, the FTX rode the crypto investing phenomenon to great heights, quickly becoming one of the world's largest exchanges for digital currency. Seeking customers beyond the tech world, it hired the comic actor and writer Larry David to appear in a TV ad that ran during the Super Bowl, hyping crypto as the next big thing. But his crypto empire, SBF's, abruptly collapsed in early November when customers pulled deposits and reports questioned some of its financial arrangements. So there we go. Stephen Hanna joins us now. Good morning, sir. Great to have you with us.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, boy. Wow. Okay. And so let's get your reaction. We have some calls coming in. You can continue to call 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Good morning, caller. You are on the air.
Good morning, Glenn, and thanks for taking my call.
Hi.
I would love to do business with him. You know why?
What?
Yeah, because he's what we are all becoming. We are all becoming augmented humans. And he's at a point in life where I'm pretty sure, mind you, I don't think he's the only one responsible. You know, his parents have a pretty good idea as to who he is. But I think he's one that Elon Musk is going to have fun with because, you know, who's going to pay $40 billion for something like Twitter? You know why? Because Twitter has the knowledge of all of the most important people on the planet, all the politicians, and he's going to grab that information and make an artificial intelligence pattern that's going to replace us. This guy has knowledge. I would love to do business with him. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, well, you can't do anything over $1,000. But hey, okay.
Anyway, okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, again, I appreciate the swiftness with which the U.S. courts are moving with this, and that is refreshing. And
I mean, that's how courts are supposed to
supposed
work.
to, yes.
Yeah,
So
it's like-
we're not used to that here.
And then on the thing that you were complaining about, where like persons who have been accused of murder are let out on bail, it's because the courts aren't moving fast enough. If the courts are moving faster, then, you know, and then all these things are happening for various reasons. It's a vicious cycle of, I want to use the right word, inefficiencies. What's the word when you don't have enough of resources?
That's part of it.
No, I mean definitely, because like you can't keep a person indefinitely while you're waiting for them, and there's a chance that they might be innocent.
You know, we say those things, but we've got lots of cases where people were charged just weeks ago, and they're out on bail already.
Yes.
It isn't like they were there for 2 years.
I understand.
So
what
I
you're
don't,
saying.
right? So,
And like and objectively, it's clearly a loophole in the system that's being exploited.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if you close the loophole, you got innocent people who are going to end up getting put over a barrel. I'm trying to find the right words. The words are. It's because it's so close to Christmas, Dwight.
what does that mean?
What?
Because it's so close to Christmas.
Like,
Your words don't come together?
yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
I see.
why are we talking about people? It's like,
Well, we
let's
could
talk-
just play Christmas music.
We could play Christmas music and
Yeah.
talk about elves. And like, you know, John Canoe happening. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How's the weather going? Will it rain? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like
well.
important things.
We'll get to that in a bit. Let's just, this is interesting what's happening here with
With FTX?
yeah, and,
I guess. Yeah.
and to see how this works again, the ankle bracelet system for the type of crime and the limitations on where you can go. That's how it's supposed to work.
You know, the thing is, it's only interesting because it's so much money. Because if this had been somebody accused of scamming somebody of $2,000, I don't even know if, like...
Well, that goes without saying, though. I mean,
Yeah.
why say that?
No, I'm just saying, I think it's because, it's just like the grotesqueness of it is because it's so large.
Yeah.
You know, like, wow, that's so much money.
And the hype. I mean, you
And the hype,
you
yeah.
sold yourself as something and your company as something that was unbelievable and the wave of the future. And it was all
It was all a dream.
a Kleenex house.
Was it that though?
I mean,
So-
was it less than that?
I don't know, because I mean the truth of the matter is, like, if you really want, at the end of the day, and I'm sure there are persons who have degrees in economics that will argue against this, but real money is boring, and that's the basic truth of it. If money was easy to get, then we'd all be rich, But inside the present world that we live in, money is very boring. You wanna know how to accumulate wealth?
I would like to find out, though. Is it?
No, I'm just saying it is. To accumulate wealth, it's a boring matter. So it's like you go and you take your money and you invest it in a mutual fund, and they'll buy government bonds that return very slowly, but will return your money. Mm-hmm. That's how you make money. Or you get a piece of land and you sit on it, or you do stuff with it. But like, you don't get money just by one day. I take $100, I throw it in the air, and now it's $1 billion. So anytime something like that's happening, it's advisable for all persons to step back and say, well, how is this happening? And even if it's a real thing, this is clearly going to be a bust, because it's not sustainable for you for this to constantly be happening. Mm-hmm. So I hear what you're saying, that he may have sold it as the wave of the future, but everybody does that with their baby. Everybody's baby is the prettiest baby in the world. Mm-hmm. So like, I'm a little bit like, I guess. I hear you, and I'm sure that the people who lost a fortune are like, whatever, Stephen. I mean, if they're listening, because they're not Bahamian, so.
Oh, okay. Don't say that. We don't know yet. I mean, that's not what we're hearing, right? So
Right.
there were some Bahamians apparently. We will find out.
Well,
I don't know if we'll know their names, but that's what's being said. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hi. Good morning.
morning.
Hey, morning, Mr. Strachan.
Good morning.
Hey, morning, Stephen.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, Rachel, man, you could also make some money like Rush Limbaugh, on the radio. Better watch your Dwight.
Which radio?
Stephen trying to make some money.
Which radio? This radio?
He's trying to make some money. I encourage it. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, but I really wanted to call because I wanted to speak about, the unfair advantage. A lot of people want to talk about, crime and how the situation is, how, our system is, very slow in the process of, dealing with criminals. But I think that, I feel like there's so much people in prison who are innocent, mm-hmm. and, they don't have the same resources what this guy have, Sam Bankman-Fried.
Right.
And, I feel like most people in jail who are poor, they have it really tough. And I sometimes wonder, how our system works, because when we look at this guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, who I can't remember the whole name, but this guy actually, did some illegitimate stuff, and he had, homes and properties in the Bahamas worth hundreds and hundreds of millions. And now he goes home in America to get bail for $250 million, and I sometimes wonder, where's the fairness?
No, don't watch that. I mean, he's going back to court next month, and you will see.
No, I mean, even though I still wonder the fairness, because I mean, think about the proportions in such a proportion of billions of dollars. I mean, for this guy to get 200, I mean, they should at least put it $1 billion.
No, that's
or
not,
even more. I'm being honest,
that's
yo.
not practical.
I think that's a slap on the wrist.
No,
the quantity of money this guy took, I think that's a slap on the wrist.
You're looking at it the
supposed
wrong
to put
way.
It so high that something that they know he can't pay. They're supposed to put it to something that they know he was unable to
Well,
pay.
remember, it wasn't a cash bail. It's if he skips bail,
You have to find
those people, his family, have to come up with that. So that wasn't going to be practical in any way.
So what if this gentleman's family actually got some of this money from this illegitimate transaction?
That's not relevant. The case is coming up, and he's going to likely be in jail for the rest of his life. It's quite likely.
I don't think he should get no bail, man. This guy hurt so much people. I mean, talking about a lot of people he hurt.
Well, again, they're moving very quickly with it. They're not going to be like some other places and stretch this out for years. It's happening in a matter of weeks.
Well, I'll be Rachel, listening. keep a ear, you know.
Yeah, and we will all be following it, I'm sure. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Enjoy your Christmas. All right. Continue to call in 323-6232, 325-4316.
Do we want him to be in jail?
325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. What were you saying?
Do we want him to be in jail for the rest of his life?
I mean...
Oh, no, that's just a
we?
question. I'm asking, like, as a general.
I'm sure some people do, and some
Okay.
people feel he should. Why not? I mean, if this is, again, people's life savings. Right? I mean, who's the we? I'm sure many people feel differently about it, but why? What do you think is an appropriate punishment for this?
Oh, I don't know. No, that was a legit question. Because, I mean, I can understand, like, if somebody stole something from you, like, sometimes, you know, somebody break into your house and...
2 life sentences.
No, right.
That's
like,
what...
And no, you actually, like, you wish they were dead.
Well...
No, I'm saying, like, somebody breaks into your house, steals your television while you're sleeping, right? They ramshackle your house. And you're like, boy, I wish somebody shoot them. Like, that's a thought that comes across people's minds, right? I'm not saying that that's something we should encourage. So it's like, I could understand if somebody stole $500,000 from you or spirited it away, right? That you would feel upset about it. I just trying to... Are we not trying to get the money back? Or try to figure a way from there to pay the people? Or like...
It's not how it works.
So it doesn't work. Is what
I mean,
you're
how are
saying.
you going to do it? You have to
I
get.
don't
You'd
know.
have to get money from other people.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I would want my money back more than I want him to spend 155 years in prison.
How is he going to do it?
I don't know.
He got the money from people.
Maybe he can make license plates. I don't know, Dwight.
What?
I don't know.
Millions?
Millions and millions
Okay.
of license plates. Apparently, he's a math genius. He could use his math.
No, he's not.
genius.
People gave him the money.
No, but like before that, he was a math genius.
Not a business genius.
No, all these are different things.
Right. So it's over now.
And some would argue that he is a business genius.
Well,
Depends on what your business is.
okay. This person says there are bleeding hearts. Says an armed robber with a breadwinner and provider, so the accused must be able to obtain employment. So monitoring is a joke. What now?
I think that's something to do. Is that about bail or
I
prison?
guess so. Oh, okay. So they're saying like what we have here examples is the person generally let's say an armed robber is the breadwinner, and so they need to be able to provide for their family, and so they need to.
Yes, but are they providing through armed robbery?
Right. Exactly.
Because
Because
then
if they were working legitimately, they wouldn't necessarily have need to do that, right?
I mean, okay, now we've stumbled down a different path. Because now the problem is, are they supplementing their income? Because they are. Remember that.
Well, obviously the job you have is not enough, and so
Right.
it's best that you not be out there because you weren't satisfied with that, or it wasn't working for you.
Right.
So, yeah. But I don't know if that's the best example. It's the people out on bail for murder. That's right. Because
That most people have a problem with.
yeah.
Right. It's right, and then
Or attempted murder, which is even worse.
attempted
In my
murder
mind.
just means that you are incompetent. That doesn't mean anything else.
No, it means that you might try to finish the job.
Right. No, I'm
And
saying you were
so-
incompetent the first time. It doesn't
Or the
mean
doctors were good. It doesn't mean that you were incompetent. Maybe people.
I
did
feel
some
like if-
life-saving.
Oh, you know what? I've never thought of it like that. Because every time I hear attempted murder, I assume that you missed. I never thought of attempted murder as the bullet hit you.
Yeah, you failed.
Oh no, that should be.
That's worse.
That should be murder in the future or something. Like
It-
it should be.
it's-
It should because you took some years off my
and
life
you
at
might
least.
try to finish it.
Right.
Which we've seen before. We've
Right.
seen this before, and people have out on bail or ordered that somebody else go and finish the job.
There must be a term or a sentence for in between attempted and successful murder.
The attempted is that's it.
No,
You don't need to go any
because
higher.
they hit me. It you know what? Whatever.
This text here, I would bet that SBF sold his company as the You don't want to miss the next big thing. Yeah, he did. Let's face it, nobody wants to be the guy who sold his Apple shares for only $10,000. Yeah, and that's what happened. And again, he got a lot of people into that because they're saying, don't be stale and fuddy-duddy. This is what you want to get in on this early. And
listen to what you're saying, Dwight.
Mm-hmm.
That don't sound like a scammer to you? If anybody tells you that, that's what a scammer sounds like.
It's not going to work on me, but that works on people.
No, but I'm just saying for the audience, right? Because I remember when I used to go to COB, walking around minding my business, this young man who was not even a student at COB, he was there like, you want to play some cards? I'm like, no. You want to play no cards? I'm like, no. Scared money don't make no money, And it's like, does that work on people? Like, I'm not gonna gamble with you. I don't know you. Who are you? Why are you here? But that apparently works on people where you try to make them feel like they're losing out on something. It's like, am I? Am I?
That's just the way the human
you're only losing out if you don't have a plan of your own. Right? If you have a plan for your own life, if you sat down and said, this is what I want to accomplish and this is the means in which I'm going to accomplish it, it doesn't matter if Steven tomorrow makes $1 billion because he invested in Netflix using a time machine.
You can't tell people this.
I'm telling them now.
Yeah,
I'm saying
they're not going to listen to you.
No, they should.
They feel
well, at least they've been warned. At least they've been warned.
Again,
right? If
this was a really shiny diamond. That's how it looked.
It was shiny. It wasn't a diamond.
It looked like a diamond. It looked like a shiny diamond.
It was a shiny crypto coin.
And so we know that now, but people weren't, a year ago, weren't saying that at all. And all the signs are pointing to that this was going to be huge and even bigger than it was at the time.
And I will tell you what I've told everyone who's asked me about it. I hoped that it would have worked. But at the same time, I did not. It wasn't like I was like, oh, yeah, this is the next big thing. It's like I hoped something was going to come out of it, but it didn't. It is what it is. You're using money incorrectly.
Yeah, you thought that?
I've always thought that about crypto.
Okay. I've never understood it, and
that's
why I have been very skeptical about
problem with it is that if you do not understand something, what am I investing in? Am I investing in?
See, just because you and I don't understand it doesn't mean that there's tons of things I don't understand that people are
and you shouldn't invest.
Right, I wouldn't.
The very first rule of investing, anybody will tell you this. Talk to somebody from CFAO, talk to somebody from the Securities Commission. The first thing they'll tell you is you need to understand what you're investing in.
Fine. That's
are you going to invest in something that you find out, oh, I'm giving money to an illegal shadow government?
I don't think you're getting my point. Other people understand and understood and assumed things about this one.
They didn't understand.
But no, they did. But they were thinking that the checks and the balances that they would expect from any type of financial company, they thought that was happening. And as we've learned, it wasn't happening.
No.
And so there are other companies doing this business who are doing those things they should be doing. Great, because we're not hearing everybody say, oh, all the others must be like this too. Nobody's saying that at all.
No one's saying that all the other ones must be scamming, but at the same time, the base at which all of these things are built right now is in free fall, and it's been in free fall from the pandemic.
Well, it's up and down.
And it's mostly down and down, but regardless, if you do not understand something, then don't get involved with it.
Yeah,
understand it first before you get involved with it.
I guarantee that quite a few of the people who invested understood.
If you believe you understand it enough that you could explain it to a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old.
No. Why a 3-year-old?
Because now you need to be able to.
Plenty things that 3-year-olds don't need to understand and will not understand. That's fine.
If you can't explain it to them, then
no. That's not. No, why would it be? What can it? What?
Because I want to know that you understand it.
No, that's not going to make no.
I bet that you could explain how gravity works to a 3-year-old.
Oh, please. I'm sure one or two, but that's not fair. Let's take this call. Good morning, call. No,
I'm trying to make sure that you don't give away your life savings to a harebrained
can't understand not to stick the pin in the socket.
No, they do understand.
Only after it happens.
It's just that it feels so good.
No. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning to you, Dwight. Good morning to you, Stephen.
Hi.
Good morning.
I can explain crypto to a 3-year-old. You
Well,
find sea glass on the beach. You give it to someone, tell them it'll be worth millions of dollars in the future, and they'll give you their fiat. And they'll sit and watch the sea glass, hoping that in the future it'll become worth millions of dollars. End of story.
That's how people are using it. That's not what it's
I don't
supposed
know
to
they
be.
understand it, but okay.
Okay, but just let me make two other points. First of all, on FTX and then one on the economy. On the FTX thing is one to watch because essentially two of the major players that's associated with SBF has pled guilty as part of this. The government is inviting others to come forward. The fact that these two individuals, one who did the software that could basically trace everything, and one who has assisted in the supposedly fraud through Alameda, that does the funds transfer back and forth for the money laundering and wire fraud, is cooperating. It gives very little for Sam to actually have to negotiate unless he can actually provide some high net worth client to mitigate his sentence going forward. So it's going to be extremely interesting to watch to whether or not he can facilitate a plea deal, which you, first of all, explaining the inside working of the connections between other exchanges, which will further exacerbate the contagion that's going through this type of environment. So it's going to be extremely interesting to watch after the holidays for those that actually understand blockchain and cryptocurrency and the illusion of its value. But when you come to this blockchain for our economy, we've noticed that our economy has not grown. And one of those is for the lack of digitization or the actual comprehension of how digitization works in any type of economy, economic model. The fact is that if we actually now begin to look at blockchain and tokenization of the human economy, we can actually revolutionize the financial service industry as well as expand further into the tourism industry. The tokenization now allows the individual behemoth, these are tokens that's secured by real property, assets, real estate, etc., bed and breakfast, VRBOs, tourism products such as boats, yachts, etc. We can use this opportunity to actually grow the economy so that behemoths can actually have participatory ownership in it by revamping tourism. So I still think that we can look at the errors that we've made in the DARE bill, but then look at how we can revamp for one of inclusion of behemoths in the digital asset arena, not just for tokenization or crypto, but in all aspects of what digital assets are in the data management. So I'm hoping that over the Christmas, as we also wait for SPF and FTX to evolve, because it will affect us both from politically exposed people, financially exposed people, etc. But at the same time, begin to look how can we now benefit from a micro and macro level from what has occurred. And I don't think this opportunity will present. I don't think a better opportunity will present itself to the country.
Okay.
Anytime in the future that we can do this is a great thing.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Enjoy your holidays. All right. Some messages as we go to a break. Someone says here, many people may be innocent in prison, but some keep putting themselves in position to keep getting locked up. I know people 60 that never touched handcuffs. Yeah, 80,
Okay,
100. Sure.
What people do, the Bible says that the marriage bed is undefiled. What people choose to do behind closed doors,
What?
Because the people never touch handcuffs.
Stop.
So.
It's Christmas, sir. Don't.
Right.
Wow. Okay. See, my innocent mind, I didn't know what you were saying. Is this text here? I feel very happy for Sam Bankman-Fried. He is a bright young man who made a few mistakes, and I think it's because of his condition, ADHD, and he shouldn't be in a nasty Bahamian prison.
Stop reading this.
Look how people who don't have degrees in law want to adjudicate this case, just like how people who don't have degrees in finance and economics want to tell you about money. Bankman-Fried went to attend Massachusetts Institute of Technology, where he studied physics, not math. You guys, are you real journalists or have a degree in journalism for real? What's it? What I don't.
It's probably a fall off from last week when they're like, Stephen
let's
is
ignore
is
that.
an
But
uneducated
I don't know
swine.
what the last part's all about, and we do. But
Dwight,
I don't understand.
Here's the thing. This is how many people fall. What they say, even the elect shall be deceived. So tons of rich people.
We didn't say that he studied. We said he was a math
genius.
So
right.
calm
And he is
down.
a math genius.
Calm down.
All right,
Whoever
that's the
you
first
are.
thing. And another thing is, you realize that a lot of the persons who are multi-billionaires in this world today did not finish college.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that person.
So like somebody's paperwork doesn't prove anything.
Maybe they lost some money in FTX. I don't know. We've got some other great messages. We'll get to those after the break. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Shed where a mother laid her baby in a manger for his bed. Mary was that mother mild, Jesus Christ her little child.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
It's the most rewarding time of the year. Come to RBC, get a loan to buy whatever. RBC makes it better. Get a loan and don't pay till New Year.
Make Christmas what you want it to be with a personal loan from RBC. Apply at rbc.com/Caribbean/loan and don't pay till February 2023. Conditions apply.
Get a loan and don't pay till New Year. Come to RBC.
$7:32 the time. Time for your first look at traffic for this morning. Brought to you by RBC. Make this Christmas whatever you want it to be with an RBC personal loan. Here's what's happening in your real-time traffic this morning on Christmas Eve. Here's what we're looking at. As we've been telling you, you've noticed in the mornings traffic flow is much better than it's been. Well, normally is at this hour, and we're seeing that again today. Milo Butler Highway, usually your hot spot. Just a few cars in front of you as you approach the roundabout at Tonic Williams-Darling Highway. Gladstone Road, similar story. Just as you get past Munnings Road northbound, you will see that line in front of you on your way to the roundabout with John F. Kennedy Drive. Elsewhere, really not much to talk about. The light mist that we're seeing, the fog is burning off now, and so it should be a relatively smooth commute for you this morning. That will likely change as we get to mid-morning and the Christmas rush takes hold of the streets, so keep that in mind today. But that's your first look at traffic this morning. We'll have another update for you after the 8 o'clock news. Morning Blend Traffic brought to you by RBC. Apply for a loan with RBC at rbc.com/Caribbean/loan and don't pay until February 2023. And at 7:34, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. Here's what's happening. We've got a cold front that enters the northwest Bahamas today and swiftly will trek south toward the central Bahamas by this evening. There is a risk of waterspout activity ahead and along the frontal boundary, and beachgoers should be alert for possible rip currents and rough surf along north and east coast beaches. So your forecast for today for the northwest Bahamas, partly cloudy to cloudy and warm with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms ahead and along the frontal boundary, becoming partly cloudy and cool with a passing shower after the front passes. Small craft caution comes into effect behind the front, gusty winds and higher seas in or near showers and thunderstorms. For the central and southeast Bahamas, partly to mostly sunny and warm with a passing shower, becoming partly cloudy with isolated showers or thunderstorm in the northernmost central islands. Fair and mild in the remainder of the central and southeastern islands by tonight. Gusty winds and higher seas in or near showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures warm ahead of the front moving in. So 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius for highs today. Cooler tonight, lows getting down to about 66 Fahrenheit, 19 Celsius. In your extended outlook, that cold front is going to stall and become stationary across the central Bahamas through Sunday, Christmas Day, while the sea swells will begin to subside along northeasterly coastlines. So for Saturday, Christmas Eve, we're looking at sunny, cool, and breezy conditions with a passing shower behind the front. Cloudy with showers and thunderstorms along and immediately behind the frontal boundary, and sunny and warm with a passing shower ahead of the front. By Sunday, Christmas Day, sunny and cool with a passing shower in the northwest Bahamas, cloudy with showers and thunderstorms in the central Bahamas, sunny and warm with passing showers in the south. That's your morning blend weather check. Weather check brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. Weather check brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. Sherwin-Williams Paints wants to make your holiday a splash jollier. November 21st through December 23rd, come deck your walls with color by stopping into either the Tonique Williams-Darling Highway or Prince Charles Drive location and take advantage of their Christmas sale of up to 20% off. And when you spend $100 or more, you enter to win prizes like hotel stays, boat excursions, interior designer consultations, and more. So stop on in to win. Sherwin-Williams Bahamas, find color in every day.
This Christmas season, stream with faster speeds. The unforgettable things we all have to see. Share every memory. Link up for Christmas. Link up with BTC. We are family.
BTC will make this festive season fun and fast with BTC's fiber internet. Sign up and BTC will give you 1 month free or go postpaid and get unlimited Facebook and WhatsApp.
Link up for Christmas. Link up with BTC.
Mr. Campbell, we have your test results. Do you want the good news or the bad news first?
Good news. No, wait, bad news. Give it to me straight, doctor.
Your blood work came back. You've got erythrocytes all over.
Oh no, this can't be happening.
Here's the good news. That just means red blood cells. It's a good thing. You're completely fine.
With 99% of medical claims paid in 5 days, we're like a doctor who doesn't want to be a comedian. CG Atlantic, medical in life. Good like that.
We know how important collecting your money can be to the success of your business. Start your relationship with Fidelity today so that we can show you the many options available to you with our merchant services. From click and pay options online to merchant terminals and e-commerce options. We're here to help your business succeed. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit any of our branches.
It's that time of year again, and Colombian Emeralds International wants to show our appreciation to you, our valuable customers, with our annual Customers Appreciation Day sale. 50% plus an additional 15% off on Monday, December the 19th and Tuesday the 20th from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. at their Rawson Square, Bay Street location. There'll be prizes and surprises every hour. So come and celebrate this holiday season with some sparkle and give the gift of memories that will last a lifetime with Colombian Emeralds.
Did you know that using contactless payments with your MasterCard helps plant trees around the globe? Join MasterCard in its commitment to making the world a better place and taking action against climate change. Every contactless transaction with your MasterCard contributes to planting 100 million trees in 5 years in geographies with the most need. Tap your MasterCard contactless to make a difference, and together we can start something priceless. Visit mastercardba.worldcoo.com for more information.
Power on the holidays this Christmas with Custom Computers. We have everything that everyone wants to see under the tree. Laptops, iPads, AirPods, Apple Watches, Bluetooth speakers, and more. Find gifts for every reason this Christmas season at Custom Computers. Visit us on Patton Street in Palmdale, opposite Liquid Courage, or in Caves Village through the Blake Road entrance. The best Christmas has to offer is right here at your one-stop shop, Custom Computers.
Florida Auto Parts can deliver all the auto parts your car will ever need, direct from the USA and from around the world. Florida Auto Parts provides fast delivery on auto parts, and we ship throughout the Bahamas, genuine or aftermarket, new or used, and all for the best price. Call Florida Auto Parts Trusted Parts Rep on WhatsApp at 1-786-772-8777 to save on your next auto parts purchase. Florida Auto Parts, the right parts at the right price.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem. Just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, big and the bold. Ding dong, that is their song. Ring, joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, holy bell, raising the sound. Oh, holiday, all their tones. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Dawn without end, their joyful tone to every home. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, big and the bold. Ding dong, that is their song. Big joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, holy bell, raising the sound. Oh, holiday, all their tones. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Tune on this and dawn without end.
We are back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Stephen Hanna. Do you know the name of that song?
Annoying song number 4.
Why
you know
it's
what else?
annoying? That's a serious question. Do you know the name of the song?
I don't know the name of the song. Do you want to use that as the
No.
trivia
I'm
for
just
your
like, I
wine?
was looking for it. I say, what is the name of that song?
No,
is
because
it
they-
Merry, 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 Merry Christmas?
You know why it's annoying? It's a song that they...
It's not annoying. I think it's one of the nice ones.
Okay, cool. It's annoying because, and that's fine, because once again, annoying, when you use adjectives, I think it's important for the public to realize this. Adjectives are an expression of my opinion. It's
You're
not an
straying far from the point. What's the name of the song?
I already told you I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And I'm telling you why it feels annoying to me, because this is the sound that they use inside Christmas movies to cue to you that this person is a bad guy or that this is a horror movie
This is
based around
the
Christmas.
crazy aunt that you don't want to come to the Christmas dinner.
No, think about it. So that's a musical motif. It's like when you hear dun 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 from Jaws, or when you hear the music from Star Wars, whether it's the Jedi theme. There's a Jedi theme that's last.
Restrain is way.
Not string at all. We're still in the same place, all right? And then there's the Vader theme.
Okay.
And you know what you think when you hear the
So
Vader
this
theme.
song creeps you out. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's annoying because because most Christmas movies are annoying.
But do you see the words are very nice. I don't know why you think it's
How often do
annoying.
people listen to words?
What?
I didn't even know.
Some people listen to it all. What do you mean? Some people only like songs because of the words and will hate a song because of the words. So people listen to the words. But yeah, some people know. So they're sending the messages. Yes, it is called Carol of the Bells. No, I wasn't gonna.
It's supposed to give away the wine for that.
No, we got specific wine-related questions for that. But Carol of the Bells.
I mean, you
But
usually have to be drunk to enjoy that song. So
why are you like
that's
this?
why
What did
I-
Christmas do to you?
You know, which brings me to another point. That little PSA thing that you did, I didn't sign off for that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hi, I'm Dwight Strachan from Morning Blood. On behalf of me and my co-host, we'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas.
So you're saying Stephen Hanna is not
Stephen
wishing
Hanna
anyone a Merry Christmas? That's
did
what you're
not
saying?
sign off on that.
Wow. So
I'm
he
saying
is
didn't have
the
my
actual Grinch, folks.
permission to say that.
Wow.
He didn't have.
So
he didn't
you're
speak on
that
behalf of me.
person.
I didn't say I didn't wish anybody a Merry Christmas. I'm saying you don't speak on behalf of me. I wasn't consulted. Maybe I want people to have a happy Christmas. Maybe I want
Stephen
people a medium
Grinch
Christmas.
Hanna.
You know, I've been called worse.
Well, okay. Yeah, Carol of the Bells. Some of you seem to know it. That's I really didn't remember that. And when I saw the name, I said, "Oh yeah, that is Carol of the Bells." But I just never remember the name. It's so strange because
people,
it's Merry, 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 Merry Christmas, ding dong, ding dong. But if you look Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas up, ding dong, Carol of the Bells will come up. So everyone knows it's
because
that.
nobody knows the name.
No one knows the name. But apparently people do though. They're all saying it's Carol of the Bells. Carol of the Bells.
And those people, they've suffered.
Don't
so
say
much.
that.
I
Those
feel sorry
people
for them.
know music. and
I
that's
didn't.
beautiful.
I'm not saying anything bad about them. I
sounds like you're
want.
about to.
I want better for them in life.
You know what, folks? So I want to do this. We got a lot going on this morning, as we said, and let's hear from you. Not the contemporary secular Christmas songs, but what are your favorite traditional Christmas carols? What are the ones that you really like? We might even play some of those this morning.
When you say not contemporary,
Traditional ones, the ones that actually mention Jesus in it.
So you want religious
not
songs?
Santa. Traditional.
That's not what traditional
traditional-
means.
That's what it means when you talk about Christmas carols. In fact, carols. I mean, everyone loves "All I Want for Christmas," but that's not a carol.
Because you can't carol it.
It's my favorite contemporary
Jingle
Christmas
Bells
song.
is a carol.
I don't think it is.
And the Partridge in the Pear Tree is a carol.
Absolutely not.
It is.
No way.
That one is religious.
I don't know.
The 12 Days
That
of
can't
Christmas
be a
is a
carol.
religious
That's a
song.
carol.
Please,
No,
producer, could you tell this man?
It's not. You
It's a
find that
carol.
in the hymnals.
No, it was during
That
the
is not a carol.
It is a carol and it's a religious song.
Okay.
It's a religious
That's
song.
fine. But we're talking about the ones. Let's talk about the ones, the traditional ones. The ones again.
The 12 Days of
about
Christmas
Jesus.
is about Who do you
They
think the
don't say
Partridge in the
Jesus'
Pear Tree
name
did?
in it
Because
all.
at the time they couldn't.
That's fine. So that's your favorite? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not my favorite.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a favorite Christmas
You
song.
don't? So what is your favorite traditional? Little Drummer Boy is a tricky one. Is that a traditional? Anyway, but it is. Yeah, sure. Okay, Little Drummer Boy. Someone's texting and say that. Someone's saying Silent Night. My favorite is Oh Holy Night. I think it is. There's something very special about Oh Holy Night. It is.
Is that a carol?
Extreme, absolutely. It's extremely modern sounding for a song that I believe was composed in the 1800s. Let me confirm the date, but it really sounds like it was like maybe just a few decades ago. And I'm amazed. See, someone else is saying "Oh Holy Night" as well. Yeah. So continue to text us about that. What are your favorite traditional Christmas?
A carol is a festive song, generally religious, but not necessarily connected to Christian church worship.
Okay, we're talking about Christmas carols. Someone says here, "Hark the Herald Angels Sing."
Okay, that feels like a carol.
And
do you know there are Easter carols?
Yes, there are. A lot of them have Alleluia and Hallelujah in it. Yeah.
Ding dong merrily on high.
Is that a traditional one?
Yeah. Yes. What do you? Oh, sorry, no, that's a modern one.
Yeah, it's
Dwight
kinda
only
modern.
wants songs
I
that were written before the invention of
I'm
electricity.
saying the ones that actually speak about the reason for the season.
Ding Dong Merrily on High doesn't speak about the reason for the season.
What's the next line?
I need to look it up. I can't remember. But it's like, here we go. In heaven, the bells are ringing.
Oh, maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? It literally says Hosanna in Excelsius. It's in Latin,
Oh,
right?
okay.
It's in Latin. I don't know how much more traditional you want to get. It's in a dead language.
Oh, okay, sure.
It was written before the Second World War.
Beautiful. All right, so I got one more message on SBF, and then we're going to talk about some other things. Junkanoo. You've got the booklet in today's NASA Guardian telling you all about Junkanoo. So
I was just talking about SBF.
Hmm?
It's like,
Yeah, I was going to read what?
We have a booklet telling you all about SBF. And
No,
that'd be-
the paper can't. We don't have enough paper to print that. So this message here. Did I lose it? Where did it go? All right. So remember that most people only have an account on the platform. So most people did not have FTT coins. They had Bitcoin and Ether, is that something, on his platform. The
I
hype
think they're
is
trying to say Ethereum and then autocorrect change it.
Oh, okay. The hype is or was Bitcoin was 6,000 4 years ago, but it went to 50,000 plus per coin. It's now between 16K and 20K. If you just got in 4 years ago, you are beyond straight. The problem is that Bitcoin, if your Bitcoin was on FTX, it is gone. Someone moved it, who we still don't know.
Right.
Who we still don't know. It's only a platform for you to buy, trade, and sell your coins.
It's an exchange.
He was a crook, well, masquerading as a businessman. People are still making money today on various platforms. FTX is only one platform. There are about 10 more platforms that still seem quite stable.
Stable is a question. You know what? I'm not gonna argue with them.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with them mostly, but also stable is a very questionable term. They're using that very broadly because a couple of the other ones are also people looking at them sideways as well now.
Well, they're going to be looking at the whole industry.
No, but I'm saying the FTX wasn't the first one to fall. It's just they fell for a different reason, and they won't be the last one to fall.
Yeah, and banks fail all the time too.
And yet we don't learn our lesson.
That doesn't mean that all are bad and all are going to fail. It doesn't mean that. It just happens. It happens.
The Great Bahama Bank.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right, so as you said, you got to pick up today's NASA Guardian if you want your Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence Boxing and New Year's Day Junkanoo Synopsis Special Section. That's the title. Wow. It's all in there today. And, you know, every year we go through these themes to see if we're going to be seeing something special. And so, Stephen, let's do this. Let's look at this. Let's see. This is for, how are they doing it?
You're going to save this for business or something.
No, we're going to get into downtown.
Downtown.
For business. All right, so this is this part here, Boxing Day? Yeah, okay. So, the themes for Boxing Day, you know, Shell, Saxon Superstars coming out first. Their theme, in praise of nature, in all things give God thanks. What? What's our producer saying?
It sounds like all things bright and beautiful.
He's protesting out there. What's happening?
He's
You have a problem with
saying
that?
it sounds like all things bright and beautiful.
Oh, I
like,
see. Old Saxon's theme.
it's
Oh, he's a
rehash.
hater. He's
It's
a
a
hater.
rehash of a
Oh, so
previous theme.
okay. So with the way that, do you want to do this like this? You want us to go through
Just Boxing Day.
just Boxing Day for now, and then come back to New Year's? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
After the news.
All right. So that's Shell. Then group number 2 of the A groups.
What does
Roots.
that mean, though? In praise of I wish that somebody was here.
You got to go.
No, I don't.
Monday morning and find out.
You cannot. At that point, it's very different because now it's like
Sunday night.
It's
What time
Monday
is it?
morning.
Monday morning. Sure.
It's after one.
Okay. So Roots is going to be heal the world enduring the crisis of the times.
Enduring.
Oh dear. Is that going to be depressing?
No,
I mean,
it's just
that
going to
doesn't
be
sound
like
enlightening at
dancing
all.
hypodermic needles, and like everybody will have on masks,
Vaccines
Mhm.
and
and they're gonna turn a whole
my
globe
Lord.
into a coronavirus.
Wait, should we read a little bit of the synopsis?
Sure.
It's very long.
The flatline alarm sounds.
Oh, gosh.
Another victim dies of the coronavirus.
What?
doctors and nurses scrambled to the emergency room to save a life from this dangerous bracket pandemic.
It's time to go to the restroom.
Yet another one got lost, and it seems to be gloomy and discouraging.
No,
This
I'm already depressed.
Sorry.
I got it.
Why
Let
did
me
you
go and look
stop?
for some food during the time anyway. Sorry, Roots. Sorry. Okay, then we've got Genesis. Their theme is a wonderful year of occasions and celebrations.
Now, before you say anything, there are many Genesis listeners who listen to this show.
Roots and Saxons too. The Roots people are going to be coming for
Yeah, but
us.
they're skin thick.
Hmm?
They're skin
You think
thick.
so? Well, maybe. So a wonderful year of occasions and celebrations. That's a whole. There's a lot of stuff you could do. So everything. You can read a little bit of that.
Oh, sure. At the start of each new year, the Bahamian people embark upon a unique journey through the calendar that is informed by the events shaped by our history and the potency of our culture and how we excel in love and unity.
Oh gosh.
These are what's that? What do you mean? Oh gosh. These are the days of our lives.
What?
Feel our excitement as we return to a gathering once again after the global pandemic. We outside, y'all. Journey with us and gatherings through a typical Bahamian year of celebration events and gatherings as we live each day to the fullest while forging a path that is forward, upward, onward together.
good.
This is a wonderful year of occasions and celebrations.
Oh, is it about the 50th, or is it just any year? It's wonderful.
No, it's Boxing Day, not New Year. So it will be all of the occasions that we would have had to celebrate since being released outside.
Okay, that's very vague. Okay. Then we've got one family. One family.
You know what I feel like? Kermit, could you play some junkie music underneath us while we go over this? I feel like that will add to it, add a layer to it.
Make it more exciting, Gabe.
Yes.
One family's going to do Empires, Rise of the Warriors, Battle-Tested, War-Ready.
Like, if you had any doubt what we're talking about, we're ready to fight.
I still have doubts.
Could you tell us what a warrior is, Dwight?
A warrior is defined as a person specializing in combat or warfare. Oh, dear Lord. Especially within the context of a tribal or clan-based warrior culture. Oh, this is going to be a lot of angry-looking people standing in front of the cameras with spears and...
Or a person who shows or has shown great vigor.
Okay. Camouflage. And no camouflage? You don't think so? Not going to be any army-type people? No? Well, no? Oh, just spear chuckers? That's racist, isn't
Wow,
it? Oh, boy.
wow.
Oh, my Lord.
But there's somebody's going to be there in Cami.
I'm pretty sure. I think it'll be on Dirty Bay Street, crawling on the ground.
Or they're going to paint their face in Cami. There's
Yeah.
no way they
There's
won't.
absolutely guarantee you that one.
And if they don't, I'd be
I think
disappointed.
they're gonna have a bunch of people in camouflage outside the studio soon, the way we're going. All right. So and then the
Let's say the full name. Next page.
What am I? Is this right?
Yes.
Well, how do they order number 6 and then this is order number 5? What do we do?
Order of entry.
Yeah. So why 6 before 5?
I mean, according to this, Genesis order number 1. Oh, no. You're looking at
messed
thing.
up. No, this is Boxing Day.
No,
they
5.
put
5 is for Boxing Day.
yeah. So they put 6 before 5. Anyway,
No.
that's fine.
You're looking at the bottom one. That's New Year's.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. And before, we got to hurry up before we go to the news. I'll say so. The Royal Caribbean Music Makers. Their theme is the Bahamas strong, faith, hope, love.
I wonder which one is the greatest.
And then Bahama Valley Boys.
No. What?
Then the Valley Boys. Their theme is magnificent.
Bahama, the Valley Boys.
Excuse me. The Valley Boys. Their theme is magnificent wonders of the deep, an exciting dive into our beautiful ocean, and a glimpse of our bright blue future.
You don't want to upset them and they leave again.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
You're not going to quickly go over the B division?
Yeah. We'll do that after the news, and we'll get to the New Year's themes after the news as well. And we've got a lot more coming up. We're going to be doing wine giveaways, and we're going to learn about Margaritaville's New Year's Eve event. So stay tuned. We're coming right back.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969 or text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 4224796. Remember, standard text rates apply. On the BTC text line again, BTC advising customers that they've commenced a disconnection exercise, and BTC has easy and convenient ways to pay your bill, like with the My BTC app or online banking, BTC virtual store, fast pay, or call them 225-5282 to stay connected this Christmas with BTC. And now at 8:22, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. Here's what's happening. We've got that cold front that is entering the northwest Bahamas today and will swiftly make its way to the central Bahamas by this evening. And there is a risk of waterspout activity ahead and along the frontal boundary. Beachgoers should also be alert for possible rip currents and rough surf, especially at north and east coast beaches. For today, your forecast for the northwest Bahamas calls for partly cloudy to cloudy and warm conditions with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms ahead of and along the frontal boundary, becoming partly cloudy and cool with a passing shower after the front passes. For the central and southeast Bahamas today, partly to mostly sunny and warm with a passing shower, becoming partly cloudy with isolated showers or a thunderstorm in the northernmost central islands, fair and mild in the remainder of the central and southeastern islands by tonight. Temperatures right now about 76 degrees in Nassau. Look for highs getting up to around 82 Fahrenheit, 28 Celsius first. That's ahead of the front, but cooler temperatures by this evening after the front rolls through, getting down to about 66 Fahrenheit, 19 Celsius. In your extended outlook, that front is going to stall and become stationary across the central Bahamas through Sunday, while the sea swells will begin to subside along northerly coastlines. So for tomorrow, Saturday, Christmas Eve, sunny, cool, and breezy with a passing shower behind the front, cloudy with showers and thunderstorms along and immediately behind the frontal boundary, and sunny and warm with a passing shower ahead of the front. Then Sunday, Christmas Day, sunny and cool with a passing shower in the northwest Bahamas, cloudy with showers and thunderstorms in the central islands, sunny and warm with a passing shower in the southern Bahamas. That's your morning blend weather check, brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. Still the first and only local insurance company and agency network that lets you buy car and home insurance 100% online. Try it at bahamasfirst.com. And time for another check of your traffic for this morning, brought to you by RBC. Make this Christmas whatever you want it to be with an RBC personal loan. In your real-time traffic at this hour, again, the streets are cooperating this morning. It will be a different story later today, I'm sure. But right now, Milo Butler Highway looking pretty good for you. Just as you get closer to the roundabout with Tawny Williams Darling Highway, you will see that traffic near Harold Pond. So about midway between Tawny Williams Darling Highway and Fire Trail this morning in the northbound lanes. But again, manageable, especially comparatively speaking. Gladstone is a better alternate route for you near Munnings Road, where you can see that traffic in the northbound lanes heading toward JFK Drive this morning. Elsewhere, we're just seeing at some of the major intersections, just a couple of cars waiting in front of you. So you're going to be good this morning. Again, you'll need your patience for later today. But that is your real-time traffic and your Morning Blend traffic alert, brought to you by RBC. Apply for a loan with RBC at rbc.com/Caribbean/loan and don't pay until February 2023.
This is Erin Green, wishing you and your family happiness, peace, and mangoes this holiday season and throughout the new year from Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong merrily the sky is riven with angels singing. Hosanna in excelsis. It's so here below. Let's deep.
Okay, I guess.
I don't know why
I
you
guess it.
stole-
Ding dong just doesn't seem like something,
It's
just
the sound of the
can't
bells.
Right. It just sounds clownish. But sure. Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong with Stephen Hanna. So we're getting schooled.
In
Getting schooled.
1924, when that song was written.
Is it?
Yes. It was
Why?
not.
It seems older than that.
It's because of the Latin.
Oh.
But it was not. People weren't calling each other ding dongs. So.
Right. So we're learning. We got a music expert messaging. Let me know that hymns and carols are different things, and hymns are traditional poems that which have been taken from the Book of Psalms. All of them, really, and they've been around for hundreds of years. Carols are festive songs,
right,
and generally religious. It sounds the same to me, but okay, I guess I get it.
Carols
just-
are around festive occasions. Hymns don't have to be a festive occasion.
Right. And
I
generally
think that's the
taken
main
from the
difference.
Bible. Okay.
Well, I yes and no, because then I feel like some hymns aren't psalms, but I guess they're primarily mostly because then what's the one about being the dude who used to be a slave driver, and he started writing hymns like when his ship sank or something, and it's about being a wretched person. I can't remember.
Okay, all right. So we were asking people to tell us what their favorite traditional
My
Christmas
fault for asking a
song
godless heathen.
was. Favorite traditional song was, and we're getting lots of interesting answers here. The chestnuts roasting on an open fire. The Christmas song, I think that's called, is not a traditional.
I don't think that's a carol at all.
And it's definitely not no. Well, I mean, see, why isn't it a carol? It's a festive song.
Yeah,
but it's not.
No, but it's
quite
not
traditional.
I think carols are like songs that are sung. Also, there's an implication that carols and even hymns are songs that sung like as a congregation. Like there needs to be more than one person singing it. Nobody sings "Chestnuts Roasting on Open Fire" with 5 people. That's a single person song.
What?
Find a version of it with a choir singing that. There's no choir version
That's
of that.
going to be very awkward.
That's what I'm saying. That's a song. That's an individual song. Like carols are songs that it's like a group project.
I see what you're saying. All right, so we're driving my poor cousin. He's going insane. Adrian Archer. Everybody knows Adrian Archer, right?
Yes,
So
the,
he's
the choir guy.
Yeah, so he's going insane. He says, "What is happening?" So I told, "Call in, Adrian. Call in and set us straight. What's going on here?"
Set you straight. You godless.
He's laughing. The choir guy. He thinks that's funny. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Brother Dwight, how are you?
Hi, doing well. Good morning.
Compliments to you. This evening, you and your family, Mr. Stephen,
morning.
Pamela, and all of your colleagues.
Thank you.
I want to wish you the best. Although sometimes that I was assaulted by you, but I want to say I want to wish
Assaulted?
you good health.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
And Brother Stephen, sometimes he uses spiritual advice on you, but it seems like you are just a little bit stubborn. Brother Dwight, there was another homicide last night. You're aware of that, right?
I'm seeing the reports. Yes.
And you know, I want to thank you for allowing me, although you disagree with me, this assault from the liberal force on the traditional family. I pray to God that one day you will recognize and understand this assault by this liberal force who is trying to replace the traditional family structure. I heard. But
I agree with you. I keep telling you this. I agree with you. I agree that there is an assault.
Liberal force trying to
I don't know what the liberal.
family?
I don't know what the liberal force is, but I agree with you. There is an assault on family and family values and the traditional family. I don't know what the liberal force is that you're talking about.
But here's what you did. The headline this morning about this young man who comes to the Bahamas and invade our privacy with his liberal views.
Liberal?
But there was no passion about of our young men who being slaughtered like animals. No passion on the country, no outcry. But this young man
you know
gets
that's
all
really
the media
unfair.
attention.
We
Even
talk
Guardian.
about. We
Guardian
talk about.
radio every morning. This young man is the subject
Now, why are you
matter
trying to
rather
do
than the-
this? Why are you trying to do this to us on Christmas? Who talks about murder more than this show and everything on Guardian Radio? But really,
That's a weird brag to it.
I mean, right?
That's a weird thing
I
to
mean,
brag
but to act like we don't ever. People tell us, "What are you all running on about crime for?" So don't do that. And we didn't want to have that type of negative show today, because we could talk about this every day, and God knows where we're going to meet come Wednesday.
Oh no. I am holding firm that no one is going to. We're going to have zero. We're going to have zero. Nobody's going to get murdered this weekend. That's what I'm calling it early. No one.
Okay.
So guys, everybody listening.
So I'm not sure what
Nobody
the caller was trying to what he was trying to prove just now, but that's really unfair.
Amazing Grace is the song, by the way.
Yeah, someone's saying John Newton.
Yes.
Amazing Grace.
Right, I couldn't remember it. Thank you, Texter. But yeah, Amazing Grace is a hymn, and that and I don't think. I mean, it could be, I guess, loosely referencing some psalms, but it doesn't feel like a psalm.
Let's take this call, and then we're going to get back to the Junkanoo themes, and then we're going to talk about Margaritaville and New Year's Eve. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
God, it is just talking away so long with you and Stephen, Dwight.
Hi.
I wish you and Stephen all the best, and of course, Guardian Radio through the years, the best for it.
Thank you.
Dwight, sometimes me and you don't always agree, but I appreciate you. You're a beautiful man. You put on a beautiful show.
Thank you, Berman. We appreciate you too.
Yeah, thank you. And Stephen, you're the same, man. You educate me to a lot of things I had known, right? You does a beautiful job, and Pam also. You're all a beautiful man. And I wouldn't leave out, what's the name?
Laverne. Laverne and Chester and Dawn and everybody.
No, the lady what comes on.
Oh, Erin after me.
Erin, how can I forget her name? Hey, y'all are beautiful, man.
Thank you so much.
Continue doing the beautiful work, and may God, with His bountiful, divine mercy, bless y'all with all of His goodness upon y'all. And thank you for your time. And one song I like, right? One Christmas carol I like is one, "Oh Little Star of Bethlehem."
Yes, that's a nice one.
Yeah, that's my
That's a
favorite.
very nice one. Thank you.
Thank you, and all the best to you all throughout the years.
Yes, and I'm sure we'll be talking a lot more in the new year. Thank you, Braman.
Thank you.
All right.
See if you can find that
producer,
one for
we got a little town of Bethlehem when we go to the break. All right, so let's go through this really quickly. This is what we're going to see. Again, you've got to pick up today's Nassau Guardian for the Junkanoo Corporation New Providence Boxing and New Year's Day Junkanoo Synopsis Special in the Nassau Guardian today.
So now we're inside I don't like to call them the B group because people they tend to read that also division is spelled incorrectly. But
Okay.
I don't like to because it feels, or is that how it is? Maybe I'm reading it incorrectly. Maybe it's a BD vision. So B division makes it sound like the A is superior to B.
Does it?
It's a different flavor.
Doesn't
It's a
necessarily
different category. It's like you wouldn't say spicy and honey barbecue one is superior to the other. You just say they're different flavors.
You have options. Option A is this, and option B is this.
And then it's
that doesn't mean
and you have
it's not like one or two.
Right, and sure, the
I
defining
think
characteristics.
you're feeling that way. I
No,
don't know if
A and
it
B
is.
is kind of saying because when we say this is grade A beef, would you like the grade B beef? You'd be like, no, right? Because you're not thinking grade B beef means that This is organic, and it's just a different category. It came from a smaller farm, so it's homegrown. It's a curated cut of beef.
All right.
And I'm feeling these are homegrown. These are smaller groups. This is more of a family situation. You know what I'm saying? And so the taste and the texture that you're going to get from the B division is not going to be the same, mass-produced flavor that you might get from the A division.
Dear, I don't know.
You're going to get a gamier taste.
Mm.
And some people like that rich, unctuous, gamey flavor. It's a leaner cut of meat, though. It's a leaner cut of meat.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that.
Can we get some music?
So for Boxing Day, Conquerors for Christ. Let me get the name right. Conquerors for Christ. Their theme is "Give Thanks, Bahamas." That's gamey indeed.
That's not what I meant. That's not right. Could you?
Foundation, Junkanoo, and community organization. I've never heard of them.
Maybe they're new.
Their theme is creation.
Is that creation or is that CREATION?
What now?
No, because the letters are so far apart. Maybe it means something. It might be a backronym or something.
Oh, I see.
Like, continue.
The amazing gifts God has blessed mankind with, and we so often take for granted in our daily lives. It is our intent to highlight some of God's wonderful creation, and that we, mankind, so often take for granted. Okay. All right, and then, so it looks like the Immortals won't be doing, here we go. Boxing Day, yes, the Immortals, Junkanoo, and Community Organization for Boxing Day. Their theme is Bring Back the Good Old Days. And then the Fox Foundation Fancy Dancers, really? They're doing Working Together to Build a Better Bahamas. What's your occupation? What? No.
Okay, all right.
Where'd that part come from?
All right. Because now we know what we're going to expect.
Working together. Okay,
this
is
is
all about...
so it's socialism. Okay, great. Workers of the Bahamas getting together, and we're going to display that.
And then Original Congos, theirs for Boxing Day, their theme is Poseidon, King of the Ocean, Protector of Our Seas. So we've got at least two groups doing fish tales on Boxing Day. Okay, so we're going to...
Who's the other one?
Then that's not with the Valleys? Valley doing something there? Valley Boys.
Me and Bahama are the Valley.
The Valley Boys. Magnificent Wonders of the Deep, an exciting dive into our beautiful ocean and a glimpse for our bright blue future.
Is it bad that when you said Magnificent Wonders of the Deep, I thought about Vought?
What now?
Vought, the company.
What?
Because that's one of their properties, the Deep.
Okay. Let's take a break. We'll get to New Year's a little bit later, but when we come back, what are you doing for New Year's Eve? Margaritaville has some great ideas for you. Stay tuned for that after the break. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
And dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Yes, in thy dark streets shining the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight.
Please game responsibly. Don't take your paycheck every week, cash it, and head to the number house. Don't sit on the computer and spin for hours while life passes you by. Before you know it, you will be down to your last $20. Your family depends on that money. Your family depends on you. Problem gambling destroys lives and families. This message is brought to you by the Gaming Board for the Bahamas, reminding you to gamble responsibly.
It's the most rewarding time of the year. To RBC, get a loan to buy whatever. RBC makes it better. Get a loan and don't pay till New Year.
Make Christmas what you want it to be with a personal loan from RBC. Apply at rbc.com/Caribbean/loan and don't pay till February 2023. Conditions apply.
Get a loan and don't pay till New Year. To RBC.
breakfast just got better at Wendy's. Introducing the Breakfast Biggie Bag. Enjoy a double sausage muffin with 2 square sausage patties, a freshly cracked egg, and cheese served on a toasted English muffin, a medium waffle fries, and an orange juice for only $5.25, VAT inclusive. And an apple pie for just $1 more.
Say what?
At Wendy's, better breakfast is all day. Offers valid in participating locations. Wendy's, different inside and out.
It's that time of year again, and Colombian Emeralds International wants to show our appreciation to you, our valuable customers, with our annual Customers Appreciation Day sale. 50% plus an additional 15% off on Monday, December the 19th and Tuesday the 20th from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. at their Rawson Square, Bay Street location. There'll be prizes and surprises every hour. So come and celebrate this holiday season with some sparkle and give the gift of memories that will last a lifetime with Colombian Emeralds.
Did you know that using contactless payments with your MasterCard helps plant trees around the globe? Join MasterCard in its commitment to making the world a better place and taking action against climate change. Every contactless transaction with your MasterCard contributes to planting 100 million trees in 5 years in geographies with the most need. Tap your MasterCard contactless to make a difference, and together we can start something priceless. Visit mastercardba.worldcoo.com for more information.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep. The silent stars go by, yet in thy
And we are back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan with Stephen Hanna. And I was going to call you Stephen Stevens. I don't know what that's about. But everybody's thinking about Christmas, which is just a couple days away. But what are you doing for New Year's? Right? That's very close. And Margaritaville has some ideas for you. Here to tell us all about this, we have the sales and marketing manager, Sherlyn Goodette. Sir, great to have you with us. Good morning.
Great to be here, man. And I'm happy to be a part of the festive season with you guys. You guys are talking very positively going into the festive season.
We're trying.
I like that. I like that.
Well, season's greetings to you. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and so to keep that going, we know that Christmas is coming. We know plenty of people are getting together with their families and asking, where are you going? What are you doing for New Year's?
That's right.
So we want to get that in their ears now.
Because I haven't figured it out for me yet.
Well, let me help you out with that.
Uh-huh.
So we have so many things going on. Even just last night, we had a Christmas concert.
Wait, before we dive into it.
Okay.
I know this is going to sound ignorant.
Oh,
What is Margaritaville? Because I thought the Margaritaville was a restaurant.
Oh, Stephen, when did you wake up from the coma?
No, that's not
Really?
a bad thing. Like, a lot of people don't know.
Seriously?
And
Wait, are you being serious now?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I've only ever heard people say
referring to is the Margaritaville on Paradise Island, which is in other parts of the world is a part of the Margaritaville brand, right? The restaurant. And so in other places, we also have the Margaritaville brand, but not here in Nassau. The restaurant we do have with Margaritaville, first of all, Margaritaville Resorts Nassau is a resort. And so it's a hotel. It has restaurants in it, including JWB Prime Steakhouse. You've heard of JWB?
I've heard of that. Oh, that's where it is.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't know that.
So the big thing downtown.
I see that, but I always thought it was I just thought it was a really big restaurant, and I just never went inside.
No, that's it. It would be huge to be one restaurant, but it's a resort.
I didn't know.
It's a.
We're here to learn, Dwight.
We are here to learn.
Okay. The big, beautiful.
Don't margarita shame him.
Okay, I won't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Stephen.
Thank you. I just go
the
ahead.
big, beautiful building downtown next to the British Colonial.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Now yes.
Okay. The one that the parking lot.
And that's the Point parking lot, also part of the family as well. Behind that is OPH. One particular harbor, that's a luxury resort, also part of the Margaritaville resort brand. So what we have is Margaritaville, the resort, OPH, one particular harbor, and JWB, and a few restaurants and things going on inside of it, including we just opened a milk and cream little restaurant as well. Just opened a few
Is that
days.
like ice cream or is that cereal?
Ice cream.
Okay.
Ice cream.
It was one of the
Ice
two.
cream. Right. But that's a very good question.
Because see, now my eyes are open, so now
yeah.
things make sense as to like
So
how are you
you
gonna.
won't end up at the wrong place.
Oh, I never was gonna end up at the wrong place. I knew where it was. I just didn't know what it was.
Okay.
And then and now I have a reason
Now
to go
you-
there.
right.
Because you might.
There you go.
Because think about it, Dwight. Mother's Day comes up.
Yes.
Where do you go on Mother's Day? You take your mother to a restaurant somewhere, but
Right.
then you might take her to the same restaurant every time because you didn't know that they had
Right.
multiple
Many new
restaurants.
options, yeah.
Multiple
Right. And I was
restaurants.
like, I ain't trying to take my mother to a place that like is I'm trying to say it without saying anybody else's name, where everybody's wearing Bermuda shorts and just serving margaritas. Like, oh no, it's a
We have a
thing.
very nice restaurant, JWB, upscale,
Right.
upscale, nice food, everything. And since you mentioned Mother's Day, we also have the Saint Somewhere Spa. I have to throw that in as well.
Oh, wow.
Right. And so, on that note, for New Year's, like Margaritaville is the place to be because even if you want to go to Junkanoo, you can park in the Point parking lot.
Right.
And grand total is going to be $16. You can stay there all night till the
Oh,
morning.
well, that's a good
and you
idea.
have a safe place to park.
Right.
Also, as part of our New Year's party, the New Year's party is for the grown and sexy, but we also have a kids party at the Point. So you know about the Point,
Right.
where we have bowling.
I was gonna ask if you guys had the bowling alley as well.
Yeah. So we have bowling, we have VR, we have karaoke. That night as well, only for $50, you can drop your kids off. Kids between 4 to 11, you can drop them off. They have their own DJ going on.
4 to
New
11 is the
Year's.
time.
Yeah.
Or the
Sorry,
age.
no, 411 is the age.
Okay. Okay. So
But you can drop them off, and we'll take care of them for you. Like I
Okay.
said, bowling, VR, all inclusive. They'll eat. They can drink to their heart's content, and that's going to be going on
Non-alcoholic
while
drinks,
non-alcoholic
of course.
drinks.
I mean, I feel like that's implied.
Implied.
You
I
gotta
said it a
say,
couple
yeah,
times.
you gotta
right?
say it. You gotta say it.
I gotta say it. Thank you.
Right.
And so they will be entertained while we will be entertained at the New Year's Eve Diamond Glow
Oh,
New Year's Eve
yes.
party. Like I said, grown and sexy, all white, people dressed in all white. And so
you have to be in all white.
you don't have to be.
You don't
but
have
we'd like to be.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
so
you
another
might stand out quite a lot.
educational part, Stephen, we have a water park on the boardwalk in the back of the resort. You knew about that?
No, because I've never been inside.
Well,
Because
even
I
I
thought
didn't
it was a
know about
restaurant.
We have an amazing water park with a lazy river, with a deep dive. We have what do you call the surfing waves? You know,
Yes.
we do that as
Okay.
well. We have rock climbing, and the beautiful part about New Year's is we're going to transform that entire space into a grown and sexy affair, and that's going to be our New Year's party right there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, full bar, buffet, a free glass of champagne, fireworks. We love live entertainment. Wendy just joined the roster of one of our entertainers for the
Oh,
night.
okay.
And so you'll be hearing from her a lot more as well as we dive into what all we're going to have going on for the New Year's Eve party. So I'm very excited about it.
All right. So tell us more. So how do you get? Do you have like a set number of people who can, so tickets can sell out, or how many can you accommodate?
We're aiming for about 200 to 250, but we can accommodate however much we have.
Yeah.
As we pointed out, it's a very large resort, and the water park is large as well. It's on the boardwalk overlooking the sea, and we have one of the best fireworks displays that's going to happen on New Year's Eve. I'm saying that before it even happens.
Yeah. Okay. So is this your first New Year's Eve?
This is
I
my
mean,
first New Year's with them.
Yeah. I mean, is it theirs? Because I mean, I think we have the pandemic and all that stuff happening.
I think it would be
yeah.
because we just would have had, this is our second Christmas in the
Right.
Bahamas. We just opened maybe about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So I
this
don't
will
think they
be
would have
this
like
is-
a New
no,
Year's party
'cause
last
we
time.
were all locked,
Right.
down.
I
Oh
remember
boy.
what I did.
Huh?
I guess I
I
mean, I
think
brought
I
it to
was-
church. So.
That was the Omicron year, and oh boy,
Yeah.
oh boy, that wasn't.
Is that how you? That sounds like a Star
That's how you
Trek.
mark. That's how you mark the
But
time.
we know how Bahamians go. You know, my routine is church and then partying, right? And so, we're right in line to have our New Year's Eve. And also, I have to mention as well, for persons who are early goers, At JWB Steakhouse, we have 2 sets of dinners, New Year's Eve dinners. And so we have an early seating at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
All prepared by, are you familiar with the chef Lester Dean?
Yes.
Everybody
Shout out to
knows
Lester Dean.
Everybody knows Lester Dean. He is bragging about the spread that he has prepared for for New Year's Eve. So we have an early seating.
You have the early birds for people like Dwight.
Right. And then we have the 8:30 seating. Now I have to talk about the 8:30 seating because when you pay for the 8:30 seating, it's $250. You get dinner and free entry into the New Year's Eve Diamond Glow Party. So that's the best value. So $250 for New Year's. You can eat at the restaurant, walk right over to the water park, and you can party with us all night long for New Year's Eve.
Yeah. All right. So again, with the party, what's going to be happening?
A lot is going to be happening. So live entertainment all
Mhm.
night. Like I said, Wendy is one of our headliners. She's going to be performing all night. Everyone who gets in will get a free glass of champagne for when the clock strikes 12. We'll have a buffet and a full bar. Lots of things going on.
So is it an open bar or do you still have to buy drinks? How does that work?
We're working on that. It's a full bar. We have
Okay.
everything for now, but we'll let you know.
Yes.
But for sure, you get the free glass of champagne.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Some people, boy.
But,
Some
yeah,
people.
one
Some
glass,
people like
you know.
that.
Some
But
people like to write, boy.
as we have these on the table, it shows you what's
I see
happening
you guys.
here.
These are New Year's
We're
Christmas
giving,
gifts?
we're giving them away. Yes, it's not for us.
okay.
It's not for us.
I mean, I wouldn't judge.
Notice,
I'm not here to judge.
Notice whose side of the table they are.
I don't know what that's supposed to be. But okay, so this sounds wonderful. Again, so if I'm ready, if I want to do this, what do I need to do?
So, there's many ways. You can go online, you can search on social media, and we have an Eventbrite link where you can purchase online. Or you can call us at 603-8400, and we'll get you set up. We'll book your, we'll reserve your name, put your name at the gate, and then you can come down anytime and pay. And you can also come to our Margaritaville Beach Resort, Nassau.com, and you can get a link, and that will take you to the Eventbrite page, and you can buy it there.
Is there a deadline that you need people to
Of course, the
tickets?
deadline is New Year's, but
Yeah.
hey,
Don't wait till then.
don't wait till then because the tickets are selling out fast. Even the dinner portions, I'm hearing that it's nearing capacity already. And so what we really want to sell out is our New Year's Eve party. And like I said, the tickets are going fast. So you should probably log on to our social media page on Facebook, Instagram, or our website, Margaritaville Beach Resort, Nassau.com, and you can buy from there.
Okay, so you're preferring people to dress in all white. But what is the dress code? So
Dress code is grown and sexy.
Grown and sexy.
You know, just like all the New Year's parties. You know, we prefer to
come
dress
in
in
shorts,
white.
right?
Yeah, I mean, you could. That's
If
on
you
you.
can, because
do
I mean,
that as grown and sexy.
some of our guests are going to be in shorts as well. So
Right.
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It's like once you say all white, there's only so many things you can get in white. So like a white
You'd be
pants.
surprised.
I was going to say, you would be surprised.
You can't. There are no white denim pants.
Yes,
You would be
of course.
surprised.
What do you mean by that?
You know what?
You
If you
mean?
try that hard to wear jeans, then sure, come on in. At that point, because then you've done the work. You know? So I'm not gonna fault you. Because like white jeans ain't common.
But
It's as common as you want it to be.
No,
You could
which is
try
not
it.
at all.
I'm
It's
talking
not
about
common.
this New Year's. You may be trying something new.
I guess sure.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody. I feel like people are gonna come in linen.
Most.
I feel like it's gonna lean towards the linen.
Some people.
Some people.
Okay.
Certain people.
Everybody's gonna be wearing linen.
You getting your linens out?
Nope.
But okay, this is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. And again, recap, tell everybody what's happening. And if you want to be part of the earlier events, what they need to do. And then later, best time to get there for that.
All right, I'll recap. And so, like I said, no matter what you want to do, if you're going to be downtown, the best place to come is Margaritaville Resort, Nassau. We'll be up the Point parking lot. At the end of the day, no matter how long you stay, it's only going to be $16.
Okay.
Now, for the kids, you can come to their own. They have their own separate New Year's Eve event. Everything's included for $50. They can bowl. They can eat. They can drink non-alcoholic drinks.
Yes.
Dwight. They have their own DJ. They have their own karaoke going on. That's for the kids.
Wow.
If you want to have dinner at our JWB Prime Steakhouse restaurant, you can come at 5 or you can come at 8. If you come at 5, it's going to be $150. Lester Dean is preparing a full spread for you. for dinner. And then you can get a discounted ticket for $99 to get into our New Year's Eve party.
Okay.
Now, if you come at 8:30, you will have that spread by Lester Dean, and you will get free admission into the
as you said,
Diamond
that
Glow.
is the better deal.
Yes, into the Diamond Glow New Year's Eve party. And so live entertainment, the most extravagant fireworks display that you're ever going to see. Wendy is going to be performing. We have lots of other performers as well, and we're going to party later on into the night.
Yeah.
So that's our New Year's plans at Margaritaville Beach Resort, Nassau.
Question. You said you guys have multiple restaurants on the premises?
Yes, we do.
What are some of the restaurants? I just want to for my benefit,
Yeah.
Dwight, for my benefit.
And I guess you can say if some of those will be open as well on New Year's Eve.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, but like, what type of restaurants you guys
We
have?
have
Because I know JB.
Vacation Cafe is downstairs. We have a license to chill upstairs. I know I'm going to miss one or two.
You said the ice cream one recently opened.
We have Milk and Cream right at the entrance of the water park as well.
Okay. So they're like specialty restaurants. Like, I mean, the cafe one, I'm guessing it's like more like croissants and hot beverages and stuff.
A little bit more than that. You can get burgers and fries. We have
Okay.
seafood. We have steaks, fish, those type of things. Across the JWB, we're going to have more of the high-end steaks, your lobsters, your linguine, things like that.
Yeah.
Like the sit down.
The sit down. We have an inside. We have an inside. We have an outside on the boardwalk as well, and we have private rooms upstairs if that's what you want with your group or your guests.
Yeah. And if you want more information on Margaritaville Resort, you can go on.
You can go to Margaritaville Beach Resort Nassau.com.
Yeah. All right. Wonderful stuff. First time in 2 years we're going to get to celebrate like this.
Yes.
And so I know this is a great opportunity, and it's going to be fantastic for a lot of people. Shirley and Goodette, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it. Margaritaville's Diamond Glow
Yes,
New
sir.
Year's Eve all-white event for bringing in 2023.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and then we've got a lot to do. We're giving away wine. We're talking about Junkanoo. We're talking about downtown Nassau. We've got a lot to get into. So stay tuned. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Did you know that using contactless payments with your MasterCard helps plant trees around the globe? Join MasterCard in its commitment to making the world a better place and taking action against climate change. Every contactless transaction with your MasterCard contributes to planting 100 million trees in 5 years in geographies with the most need. Tap your MasterCard contactless to make a difference, and together we can start something priceless. Visit mastercardba.worldcoo.com for more information.
Power on the holidays this Christmas with Custom Computers. We have everything that everyone wants to see under the tree. Laptops, iPads, AirPods, Apple Watches, Bluetooth speakers, and more. Find gifts for every reason this Christmas season at Custom Computers. Visit us on Patton Street in Palmdale, opposite Liquid Courage, or in Caves Village through the Blake Road entrance. The best Christmas has to offer is right here at your one-stop shop, Custom Computers.
Florida Auto Parts can deliver all the auto parts your car will ever need, direct from the USA and from around the world. Florida Auto Parts provides fast delivery on auto parts, and we ship throughout the Bahamas, genuine or aftermarket, new or used, and all for the best price. Call Florida Auto Parts Trusted Parts Rep on WhatsApp at 1-786-772-8777 to save on your next auto parts purchase. Florida Auto Parts, the right parts at the right price.
Earning zero interest on your savings at the bank? With as little as $100, you can start earning interest on your money while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank with the CFAL Savings Express Plan. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
Have you heard about Janae's Chesapeake Road's 5 days of Christmas Give Back? Get up to 20% off your toys or bicycles, electronic ride-on cars, four-wheelers, and motor tricycle purchases. All electrical item sales are final. Bring in a current year Janae's back-to-school purchase receipt, valued more than $50, excluding VAT, and get an additional 10% off. Restrictions apply. And don't forget the Christmas decorations, balls, and ornaments. Janae's Chesapeake Road's 5 days of Christmas give back going on now. Extended store hours till 7 p.m. Hurry in and get more bang for your bucks.
Get a merry makeover this Christmas from Scotiabank. Apply for a Scotia Plan loan to win a home renovation. This Christmas, unwrap the celebration. $3,000 for your home, new lamp, new decor, new couch that you
Win
own.
a $3,000 home goods gift card when you apply for a Scotia Plan loan this Christmas. We're giving you the gift of a low interest rate and up to 2 months with no payments. Plan the perfect Christmas with your Scotia Plan loan. Use it for any purpose, plus benefit from flexible payment terms. Apply for a Scotia Plan loan now to enter to win a merry home makeover.
Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel. When a
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas. Is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Friday, December 23rd, 2022. It is Christmas Eve, and I am Dwight Strachan along with Steve and Hannah.
I mean, you can already say it's Christmas Eve because this day is going to run into tomorrow.
One big
It's going
day.
to be one long traffic jam.
Oh, gosh.
It's like
That's
right
a
now,
nightmare.
if you're on the road now, I hope you've used the bathroom before because I just imagine it's just going to be one traffic jam until it's Christmas Day.
Okay.
You might as well just drive to church right now.
Very.
At this point.
You really are grinchy today.
How am I grinchy?
Although I
I'm
think-
telling you the truth.
Yeah, remember previous shows you were grinchier, so maybe you're improving.
How I've never been grinchy. I've been realistic. You know what? And I have a positive outlook on life.
What?
You
I mean, that's
God-
great
God
that
is
you
good.
see that way.
He's-
That's beautiful.
And
All right.
I believe that we are going to make it because we can do it, Bahamas. That's my gift to you. No murder this weekend.
Wow.
We're going to make it all the way to Wednesday morning. And we will, Wednesday morning,
See,
be like, there's nothing to put in the paper.
I
all we have is
endorse
this.
what you're saying, but don't say it like this, all right? See, don't make it sound. This is my main complaint with how we are in the Bahamas. We act like murder is like COVID. It just comes in and takes over and makes, right? No. Just say, Bahamians, I believe that you can do it. You won't feel the need to murder someone this weekend.
And
You don't
here's the
have to
thing.
do that at all,
And
ever.
They don't feel the need for it.
Tell
But what
them that
happened
because it is in their hands,
they-
literally,
they
the
are
power to kill someone.
mentally,
Don't do it.
Right, but see, here's part of it. Part of it is that you need to not get to that point. What you need to do is remember, hey, I could have stew fish January 2nd, but only if I'm
It's
not.
very expensive.
Some churches give it out for free. What? All right? I'm just saying. You could have stew fish.
What type of fish?
On January. Do you want the stew fish or not?
It
Dwight?
depends on the fish.
You know what? Fine. Dwight gets chicken sauce because he doesn't want stew fish, right? You can have it on January 2nd.
Meat anymore,
but you can't be in prison. All right? Somebody wrong with you because they drunk, whatever. They say something to offend you. What's a couple of words? Words are just words. That don't mean nothing. You have much more important things to do with your life than to waste it with this person. You can't be getting upset over something that you are literally going to forget a year from now. I can't remember any of the arguments I had last year with anybody.
Oh, that's good for you.
I'm just saying, like, some of these things, with time, they pass.
If it was an argument, I remember it.
I don't. It's just like, I think.
It's the nice stuff you don't remember.
I have to sit down and, like, think really hard. So I'm saying, we are at a point where we could, this is not even a thing that we need to try to do. Because you have to actively kill a person. I'm asking you to not do something.
Okay. Let's steer it away because I don't want to talk about killing and
We're
stuff.
not talking about killing.
Oh, right.
We're talking about
how
not
we're all
killing.
surviving. We're all making it
Not
to
just surviving.
2023.
We're thriving.
Thriving in 2023 and beyond.
I can get us to Wednesday. But so all I'm saying is, today is Friday. No more killing. We have a what is it called? A moratorium on murder. No killing. Let's just make it through Christmas. Let's make it through St. Stephen's Day. Boxing Day. I think that's what you guys call it. St. Stephen's Day, you know?
Is that what you're named for?
Am I named for St. Stephen? I mean, I feel like almost everybody who's named Stephen was named after the first century deacon. Yes. I think were named post him.
Another great irony. Okay.
What's the irony about that?
So what we're going to do right now? So we're going to get into in this hour. We're going to get mainly into. We're still doing. It's Christmas, but we're still doing business stuff. And the Deputy Prime Minister, who's the Minister of Tourism, Investments, and Aviation, did a tour of downtown. He went Christmas shopping, and so he walked through downtown.
Buy diamonds.
I don't know what he bought, but we're going to hear what he experienced and talk about that in just a bit. But we got a lot to do in this hour, and we've got giveaways and trivia. So you've got to be the first with the correct answer.
Is this a red and a white?
We've got two to give away, and we're going to do it separately. So the first one will be the Pinot Noir, which is...
Is that a red?
It is. And then the second will be just in time for...
Can we play the Pinot Noir song?
I don't know that song.
It's from Kimmy Schmidt. Pinot Noir.
All of your references are so obscure. It's so strange. So strange. And you had to explain to me off air what that one that you were trying to get. Nobody understood what you're saying. And I do watch the show, but that was so obscure. Wow, Stephen. Anyway, so in time for New Year's, we're going to give away a sparkling wine as well. So that one's later. But the first one up is
that a white though?
Sparkling wine.
I mean, I presume that you could sparkle anything.
That's true.
You could sparkle if you wanted to. You could sparkle Guinness. Like you just gotta put your mind to it.
Would you want to drink that though?
That's a drink.
Sparkling Guinness. Okay.
Yeah. What it's called. You put Guinness and sparkling wine together. It's only for people who, if you like licorice, it makes sense.
Okay. So here is let's do this one. Well, we should do that for the other one. Okay. So here's the first question.
This is for what? The red or the sparkling?
This is for the Pinot Noir.
All right. So this is going to be something very Christmassy, maybe referencing mulled wine or something. Okay. It's like we know the name of all the
Here's the question, folks. If you know the answer, give us a call. 323-6232. The question is there a difference between Bristol's retail store and Premier Cru? If so, what is it? That's a tough one. And that's coming straight from Kyle Stubbs, the sommelier.
Sorry, could you say it again?
At Bristol Wine and Spirits. Is there a difference between the Bristol retail store and Premier Cru store? If so, what is it?
Is this a philosophical question, Kyle? I don't understand, Kyle.
No, he gave us an extra one because he said it might be a little difficult.
And that's the...
wow. Well, they really don't want to give away the liquor, apparently. So if you know the answer, give us a call right now, 323-6232. What's the difference, if there is one, between the Bristol retail store and Premier Cru store?
Also, you didn't tell them what type of wine. You just said that it was Pinot Noir.
Oh, it's Oyster Bay from New
Right.
Zealand.
It's a
Pinot Noir.
2018.
2018, yeah. Should be quite nice. So if you know the answer, give us a call. So while we wait for you to call in, we're going to get back into the Junkanoo.
I thought we were going to start with
synopsis.
the DP.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. I just want to quickly get through the
think-
Junkanoo, and because that's going to take us a little while to
That's what we
talk
should
about
do.
it.
What we should do is ask people what are the
Their Christmas wishes for downtown.
No, like what are people who only use initials for their names? What is the initial stand for?
Oh boy. Okay, so again, you've got to get today's Nassau Guardian because the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, JCNP's Boxing and New Year's Day Junkanoo Synopsis special section is in today. It's got all the details about what you're going to see on Boxing Day and New Year's.
I have one for the sparkling wine where you ask them how many groups will be butterflies this year.
You're really a troublemaker.
Am I?
I want you to know.
Well, let's
you think
read
this
over
is
it.
this is someone with the answer to the trivia question?
Well, let's find out.
Of course, this is going to be very interesting. Caller, good morning. Do you have an answer to the trivia question? Doing well, doing well.
You guys have a blessed and Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Yes,
Well, the
you too.
Spoken like a winner.
Store is the pinnacle of the wine industry in the Bahamas pertaining to the Bristol cellars.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Pardon me?
So repeat it one more time.
I said the premier cruise store is the top of the line in the wine industry pertaining to the Bristol cellars brand.
Okay,
I'm on the way,
the
but
judges.
I listened to it yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, day before yesterday when the gentleman was speaking.
Yeah, they're talking about it. He says that's kind of correct. Let's see. Is
the top of the line in the he said the difference is.
I think he also
don't
wants you
want-
to say what Bristol's is. I think that's what it might be.
Pardon me?
Okay, so that's what Premier Crew is, and what's the
What is
Bristol
Bristol's?
retail store all about?
Bristol's retail is the retail to the Premier Crew, but the Premier Crew is different because, like the gentleman was telling you
Bring it
day
home.
before yesterday, that he can't have Bristol sellers selling exactly the same exact wines that Premier Crew would.
Right.
And anyway, Premier Crew would be the one that introduced all the new wines here to the Bahamas.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna accept that. We're gonna accept that. Congratulations, you've won your bottle of wine. Stay on the line and give us your name and number. But you got to collect today and come early because the building. We're gonna be on the air all day, but the
Well, I go to the
building.
front room, so I'll collect on my way going to the front room.
Okay. Hopefully we're off there by then. But yeah. So between 10 and 1
Okay,
is a
no
good
problem.
time for you to come. So give your name and number to our producer. So the official answer is there is a difference. Yes, Premier Crew is a boutique wine store versus the retail
sells
outlet of
everything.
Bristol. Right. It's also a venue space, and you can purchase wines and glassware and enjoy them on the property.
You know what else would have been a good question? What does Premier Crew mean? Because there are people who say one ER and stuff, and they don't realize that.
Yeah.
Premier is just French for first. That would have been a good question.
And yes, that would have been very.
And it's abbreviated by saying one ER. And like every time people would say, people be like, "Oh, one ER crew," and it's like, what are you talking about?
I hear them say one-er, which is
also
quite interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, and yeah, Premier Crew versus Grand Crew and some other, we got into that a little bit on Wednesday. But we got so congratulations to that caller, and he's won this wonderful bottle of Pinot Noir, and we have another trivia question coming up later in the show, so stay tuned for that, and you could be the winner if you answer the trivia question for that one.
What is the White's pin? What is the White's? What is it? Yeah, his bank number.
Okay. All right, so let's get back to Junkanoo and what you can expect. We're going to do New Year's now, and we did Group A and Group B, Boxing Day, but now we are on to.
May we have some music?
New Year's. You got some Junkanoo music in the background, Mr. Producer? Yeah. All right.
Let's start with our homegrown, organically raised.
You want to do the bees first?
I don't like the term bees.
No. Okay. You got to deal with that with your therapist, sir. So for New Year's Day, Whoa, okay.
I was gonna say, where does it start?
Yeah,
Conquerors
down
for
here.
Christ.
Conquerors for Christ on New Year's Day. Their theme is going to be Love, Bahamas, Love. Uh-huh. Oh, this is interesting. You want to read that?
Growing up as a child in
Who
the
wrote this?
Bahamas,
Mhm.
you were taught the importance of loving each other, caring for each other, and supporting each other. With the implementation of technology, the spirit of greed and breakdown of the family in our nation, we have lost, it sounds like one of your callers, what it means to love and each other unconditionally. This is why, on New Year's Day, 2023, we will parade under the theme, Love, Bahamas, Love. We will encourage the Bahamian people to start loving each other again.
It sounds a little interesting. Okay, great. That's Conquerors for Christ. Then Foundation Junkanoo and Community Organization, their New Year's theme is Symbols of Ancient Egypt.
How much are we allowed to question the historical the historical accuracy of these things?
What would be the point?
Egypt has always been a mystery to mankind. Question mark. We start by introducing you to the Eye of Horus, which represents protection.
Eye of what?
Eye of Horus.
Oh, Horus.
Representing.
I have to ask,
healing.
because you know people are serving whore divorce these days.
You know, that is how I pronounce it, ironically, and so I can't be mad at her.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
She can't pronounce it. I can't spell it. We're all in the same boat.
I don't know if that was food or a thing.
It could be.
Whore divorce. But anyway, go on.
Good health and royal power. And then they go on to describe the
Egypt.
other images.
When was the last time someone did Egypt?
Last time we had Junkanoo.
Oh, boy.
All
right, so the next group, Fox Foundation Fancy Dancers for New Year's, they're going to be doing We Need Peace and Love.
The foundation and the Constitution of the Bahamas. The Bahamas is spelled incorrectly, by the way. Demonstrate that
No,
we.
it's not. You're talking about
capital
the
T.
You all need to calm
Yeah,
down with
put
that.
some
though.
respect.
Calm down with
That's
that.
the truth.
Calm down with that.
We're not.
Everybody.
It's
Everybody.
the Bahamas.
Every time someone has
There
a
are
thread, and then the person
there are-
forgets it.
Nope.
They,
Yes.
oh, calm
Because
down.
there are two countries where the is an official part of the name. It is the Gambia and the Bahamas. Our name is not Bahamas. And every time I hear somebody say Bahamas like that, it's weird. That's not our name. Get it right. Anyway.
Okay. What city do you live in?
I live in the city that I live in.
Yeah.
I don't live in a city. I live in a settlement.
Oh.
Like,
Okay. But anyway, where you, if you were abroad, you would say you were from
the Bahamas.
No, where the city?
You think I would say Nassau?
Would you not say that?
It's not the Nassau.
Okay, what would you say? Where are you from?
The Bahamas.
Oh gosh. Like where?
Where in the Bahamas? On the Isle of New Providence.
Oh, you're very difficult. You would say Nassau, Bahamas, right? You're not gonna say Nassau, the Bahamas, are you?
Yeah, but that's I wouldn't say that.
Don't worry about
Why
that,
would I
though.
say Nassau, Bahamas? And also, that's different because Nassau, Bahamas is a specific place. When you're talking about the country, that's not Nassau, the
Okay.
Bahamas.
But anyway, see, this is the same thing with whenever the comes up, everyone runs
It's
out.
important.
Sure. So we need peace and love.
This can't be the same person to be like, my name is not Dwight. My name is Dwight.
It certainly is not. But if you write my name with a small d, I'm not going to freak out.
You should. You're not bell hooks. That doesn't make any sense. And there's another reference for nobody.
No one got it. I don't even know if you got that.
I got it.
Mm.
What do we? You don't know who bell hooks is.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, okay.
The foundation and the Constitution of the Bahamas demonstrates that we are a people of love, godly morals, creativity, and peace. That's very wide. The world marked the manner of our bearing. We had proclaimed and affirmed our land as a Christian nation. These sentences are, however, in the 21st century, in this present time, it seems that we've gone astray. Like
we're
sheep
running out of time.
scattered, like before their shepherd. We introduce to you the lost secret, peace and love. Come and join Operation Transform on Bay Street as we take the Bahamas with love and peace.
The parade's finished. Okay. Then the original Congo's New Year's theme is
African
Kings and Queens. Oh boy, I knew that was coming. And okay, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
And
Out of the humble trailer in Fox Hill, the original
What?
Congos.
Then the Tribe Junkanoo Group. What?
Out of Africa, remembering our ancestors.
Really?
Okay.
Oh boy.
Why are you?
I think they need to draw from a hat the theme so that no one does it twice. Although we did say that for New Year's it would be interesting to do one theme.
Everybody does
Yeah.
one
Maybe.
theme, and we see the different interpretations.
That would be cool. Is that what's happening here?
No, that's not what's happening.
No.
That's what should happen.
Yeah. All right. So okay, maybe. Then we've got the Mighty Eagles Jungle Organization. Theirs is all things bright and beautiful. The Lord God made them all.
So expect butterflies.
Mm-hmm. And then Body of Christ. Did we get to these earlier? I don't remember reading these. Anyway, the Body of Christ Crusaders. Theirs is the Great Indian Fellowship. Oh boy.
A solidarity on the accomplishments, receiving some reparation as a result of harm and disenfranchised done to them. What?
Oh no.
The Mayans, the Incas, the Aztecs, and the American Indian Fellowship as they celebrate their heritage.
First mistake.
Cultural.
They'll call them Indians. Oh boy. Okay.
Also, I think that's supposed to be Incas.
Oh, so we didn't get to these other ones before the break. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to their Boxing Day too. So the Tribe Junker group for Boxing Day is Fabulous Flamingos, Myths, Legends, and Fables. Nice.
Beauty, balance, I thought it said protein, potential, and romance. It is said that their striking pink complexion is the result of nurture, not nature. So fabulous that a group of flamingos is called flamboyants.
Okay.
That is the tribe.
Yeah. And the same ones we're going to be doing out of Africa, remembering our ancestors. Then the Mighty Eagles Junker Organization for Boxing Day, they'll be doing It's a Bahamian Celebration.
Mm-hmm. Celebrate our Bahamian culture on Bay Street.
And then for...
Wait. Are they giving away Bahamian food? Because I see here, come celebrate delicious Bahamian cuisine and delicious drinks. So if they do not throw a chicken in the bag in the audience, I will be upset.
You were going to say chicken sauce. If they do not throw chicken sauce on the people in the audience, you will be upset.
Of hot chicken sauce. We come in. You know what? We'll see.
Oh, boy. The Mighty Eagles, and then for New Year's, we'll be doing All Things Bright and Beautiful, the Lord God made them all. Yep. Body of Christ Crusaders for Boxing Day will be doing the Great Aztec Victory Festival. Now, did I read about the Aztecs before? Or is
yes, they're also the Great Indian Fellowship.
The Aztecs are very popular. And then Body of Christ for, so they're the ones doing the Aztecs and then the Indians again. Okay. Right. Then the Chipping Knights. Chipping Knights from Chippingham? Is that? Oh, look at that. They're going to be doing for Boxing Day, for Boxing Day, One Love, One Heart, and then for New Year's, Broken Heart. Oh dear, that was short. That's very short. 1 week?
A week of
1 week? Well, that's going to happen a lot. Christmas and then
it starts with a mother's love and then it ends with a mother's crying.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness, this is depressing.
Very short. Ooh, Dynasty Diamonds will be doing the road to the 50th anniversary for Boxing Day.
And of course, the follow-up to that on New Year's, they will say, since we were on the road to the 50th, it's 2023, let's drive safely.
Oh, boy.
That makes sense.
Well, right. Maybe it should be the other way around. Drive safely
on the road to the 50th.
And then you're on the right. Learn the lessons before you get on the road. Yeah. Okay, then the New Vikings for Boxing Day will be doing Serengeti Circle of Life, Africa again. And then for New Year's, All Things Bright and Beautiful.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Very familiar. The Redland Soldiers for Boxing Day will be doing Native Bahamians.
What does that mean?
Oh boy. Is that like the authentic and what is it?
Organic
Bahamians?
Free range, grass-fed Bahamians. And then the follow-up to that is, well, we can only hope to have cage-free Bahamians. The Bahamas today is their theme for New Year's Day.
Isn't that the name of a newscast or something?
Yeah.
Oh, the Bahamas tonight. Okay.
No, the Bahamas today is, I think that's the Ministry of Tourism or something.
Tourism today. It's tourism today. But,
the Bahamas today has to be something.
Tourism, the Bahamas.
You tell me Bahamas today isn't
the theme for the Redland Soldiers.
Dwight, we've stumbled on something here.
Boy,
We
okay.
need to copyright the name.
Yeah, you remember you said that in the future everything with the Bahamas in it needs to be
You need to earn it?
right. So, so
Maybe
just,
that's it.
Just call it today until you can prove your point. I don't know. And then Colors Entertainment for Boxing Day. To Soar with Love. It's going to be with Sidney
tribute to-
Poitier. Oh, no, that is nice. That
tribute to
should be
Sidney Poitier.
really nice. That's creative and new. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
Right,
from
and
John Canoe.
because that's so specific, I feel like they won't recycle a bunch of costumes. Following up with that,
Oh, boy.
go
New
on to the
Year's.
club.
Oh, boy.
I was like, did they just give up on for New Year's? But like, oh no, they meant like Zonta, Kiwanis, Rotary.
Oh,
Boys
yeah.
and
I
Girls
was
Club.
wondering, so it's just going to be people drunk. But, oh, it's right. That type of club. Nice.
Yes, as well as fraternities.
And then the Ultimate Force. That's a group. Yeah? Okay. Boxing Day, a tribute to the first responders to COVID-19.
I'm gonna move this mic away from myself.
That's
And New Year's Day.
That's something. That's something. That's very specific. And then New Year's Day, their theme is "The World Mourns the Passing of Queen Elizabeth II."
There's no question mark behind it, Dwight. You're supposed to read that as a statement, not a question.
Okay. Then the Z Bandits.
I like this.
Boxing Day.
Straight to the point.
Old time Junkanoo, we Russian.
No other words. No explanation.
You don't need to explain that one.
We are rushing.
Yeah.
That is why we are here. That is what we are doing. I like that.
Yeah. And then for New Year's Day, Bible story. They will depict the feeding of the 5,000, Savior's born, the angels band, the heavenly host, Moses, and the Ten Commandments. That's everything.
Once again,
all
that's
of
not
it.
a Bible story. That's
Old
Bible
and new.
stories. But also, if they are not throwing loaves of bread into the audience,
They didn't promise that.
they said they're going to depict
Depict
feeding
it.
5,000. I feel like there are going to be 5,000
So
people
you
out
want
there.
fish out there too?
You know what? If they package it properly, just throw it out in the audience. Just
Maybe the uncooked fish and then take it and now go and make your stewed fish.
if somebody throw a raw fish at me, I'll be
A bag of cut up fish.
A bag of raw fish is worse than just getting slapped with one fish. Because what just happened?
Good Lord.
But you know what? Unforgettable. I would give them extra points.
Interesting. Someone says on our text line, can you recap the themes when you're done? Some of us missed a few, except Diwali. They don't want that one. Well,
who's Diwali?
What I'll tell you is you need to pick up today's National Guardian to go back and read them on newsstands everywhere. All right, so let's do this really quickly. We want to move on to...
Burger King gives it away for free as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, just say it like,
Thank you.
Get a pancake platter and
There you go.
And get a Guardian.
yeah, that sounds great. All right, so for New Year's, let's do this quickly.
Saxon
the
Superstars.
AA group, Stephen doesn't like that term. The Saxons are going to be doing Commonwealth of the Bahamas. That's very interesting. It's that generic and vague.
They also they have small t.
Okay, 50th year. Well, all right.
You're reading in your head, just so you know. Nobody can hear what you're thinking.
Hey. Then Roots, New Year's Day. They're going to be doing Atlantis Rising, Guardians of the Deep.
I wonder what that's about. Do you think that's water related? And will they have a blue marlin somewhere there that vaguely looks like the back of a $100 bill?
What? Steve, the producer's having a seizure over there. What happened? What? They won't have that?
They're going
I
to have a
pictured
blue marlin.
lots of
There's
fish
going to be a blue marlin.
marching.
There's going to be
no,
a blue marlin.
no fish. Okay.
We'll see.
Then Genesis Junkanoo Organization New Year's theme. Oh, here you go. The Butterfly Kingdom. Steven, you jinxed it.
I didn't
because
jinx it.
You said it. How many butterflies are going to see? It would be like, people would be thinking, hey, is this where the monarchs come for winter? All I saw was butterfly at Junkanoo. Oh, what? Uh-oh. We've been invaded. We've been invaded. How did this happen?
The Genesis Warriors,
Well, that's
right?
not cool. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, butterflies. Yeah, man. Well, they were fighting people before. Was that? No, that's not them. Who was doing that?
Somebody.
Wasn't Genesis?
No. The
that's another one.
It's the other group.
Okay, we got more
It was
executive music.
One Family. But yes, One Family is
ironic.
doing.
That's ironic.
Oh, look at this new. This
For New Year's, One Family, happy hour. Come celebrate with us. Is that more? Is that drinking? No, see, that would be cool. Happy hour on Bay Street.
Once again, I think you need what?
We need generic junket music, sir. Generic. We're not endorsing any one group.
Oh, Eddie
No,
Bradley.
right.
But I think you need a license. But who knows? Maybe like. Nah, if you start throwing
There are
out
no rules.
bottles of alcohol
No
in the
rules.
crowd,
The people in the front, they'll
Nah.
get like, they'll do a, what do they call
pour.
that? Yeah, the pour, just straight across, everybody
Shots
open your
for
mouth.
everybody.
So they're going to be doing,
So
what
bring-
time are they going to be on? Because I might show up for that
Yeah,
one.
bring your cup out. They're number 6 on New Year's Day.
Oh, boy.
So
that'll be like what? 5 o'clock?
Yeah,
7?
No, man.
You think
6
so?
can't be coming out at 7.
That late? I'll be up. Okay.
Yeah, but
So-
everybody bring your cup
And then
out
the,
for
seat,
when
the
One
bench,
Family passes.
it should be empty by then, right? Or what? No?
They need to bring enough for the whole parade. You can't just bring it for Rawson Square.
Oh boy. They got a lot planned. That's gonna be interesting. Okay. All right.
Everything
The
from
judges
Tiki
after that
Hut
won't
to
remember what
Club
they
Waterloo.
saw, and then the scores will be all over the place. Okay, so after that, Royal Caribbean music makers, they're going to be doing Bahamas Treasures. Okay. Well, sure. And then the Bahamar, the Valley Boys.
Okay.
For New Year's, we'll be doing...
Wait.
Huh?
You got to say the whole thing. Go ahead.
Huh? This is long.
Yeah.
Florida, our neighbor next door and our home away from home. What? What?
I suspect that it will be like a giant float of Walmart. And
But Florida's also crazy, right? Florida man. That's new. Can't say it's Africa or butterflies.
But it's wonderful how they're going to be able to put in a lot of things that we already see. You're going to see butterflies. You're also going to see Native Americans, otherwise known
Lots
as
of
Indians.
alligators.
Alligators and
Uh-huh.
a blue marlin will pop up somewhere.
And snakes.
Yeah.
Crazy people running from the
Right.
police.
Some may have been a repurposed Moses from a previous year.
What?
But, I'm
The
just
crazy
saying.
person?
Yeah. It's gonna, is that Moses or is that just Florida
What was
man?
the theme for? Let's see if they can use some of the Boxing Day theme. An ocean, beautiful ocean.
Yeah, they're gonna-
You won't see alligators in the ocean, no. But maybe a crocodile, and they'll try to flatten the head and say it's an alligator.
You really think anybody knows the difference, Dwight?
I do. Anyway, so there you go.
That's why you're not in church. Like, I do. Okay. Good luck.
And that's not an alligator.
That's
a
clearly-
crocodile.
That's a caiman.
That's a caiman.
That's not real.
Oh, points deducted. Hey,
pick up a copy.
Pick up a copy, folks. It's a great read because some of these groups have some really great fantasies going on. Fantasies going on. And it's going to mean 2 fantastic parades. I cannot wait. Cannot wait to see this. Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into what we said about
What we were
downtown.
supposed to, right.
And we still got another bottle to give away. We're having a whole lot of fun on this show before Christmas. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
Ready to save? You can put $100 into the CFAL Savings Express Plan and make sure your money keeps growing. Earn interest on your savings while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
Did you know that using contactless payments with your MasterCard helps plant trees around the globe? Join MasterCard in its commitment to making the world a better place and taking action against climate change. Every contactless transaction with your MasterCard contributes to planting 100 million trees in 5 years in geographies with the most need. Tap your MasterCard contactless to make a difference, and together we can start something priceless. Visit MastercardBA.worldcoo.com for more information.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
And we are back here with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong, along with Stephen Hanna, on this Friday before Christmas, Christmas Eve. And so we got another bottle to give away in just a few minutes. But we want to talk about this. The Tourism Minister and Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper went on a little tour of downtown yesterday. And once again, he's urging owners of properties downtown to invest in the area. Take a listen to this report from our Paige McCartney.
With 5 ships in Nassau Harbor and 18,000 passengers exploring the city center today, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investment and Aviation Chester Cooper said tourism is bustling this holiday season. He and other tourism officials conducted a walking tour of the city center today to see for themselves what tourists are experiencing when they disembark from those cruise ships.
It's evident as we walk on Bay Street, we see that it's bustling. I went into one of the stores earlier today to do a bit of Christmas shopping. It took me quite some time. I didn't mind doing that because there were others there, tourists and local shopping as well. I spoke with some of the floor attendants who told me that this has been the best year they've seen for the last few years. And it's looking on the level of 2019 and even surpassing some days. So that feels good. We're going now to talk with some of the tourists. We're going to look at the product and see it from their eyes.
To date, the Bahamas has welcomed in excess of 4 million tourists. The majority of them have come by sea. But with the state of the city center often criticized for its filth and dilapidation, Cooper said it's obvious there's more work to be done to make downtown more appealing to visitors and residents.
We know that we have some improvements to do. In the short term, we're putting in place some measures to do some beautification and certainly more maintenance by way of keeping Bay Street cleaner, collecting the garbage more frequently, doing wash downs every day. The very basic things that's expected from a visitor coming to your home, we're going to ensure that that's being done on a more consistent basis.
Cooper said he is also addressing the chronic issues of parking downtown.
We're getting 6,000-7,000 guests through LPIA, and certainly some of them are coming downtown. We hope that many of them are making it this way. Parking is a long-standing issue. When we look at the revitalization of Bay Street, we hope that some investors will focus on some high-rise parking decks. So, we have been demolishing buildings in the downtown area where the property owners are not compliant with the requests of Ministry of Works. We have demolished 5 buildings this year over the last 8 months or so. We hope that we don't have to continue that process. However, we do have the will where it's necessary to do so. When we pass East Street, headed towards the bridge, we see a lot of dilapidation there. It's not the experience we would want our guests to have, and therefore we will continue in the short term to put in place some remediation efforts.
Our Paige McCartney with that report there. Okay, let's get your reaction to this. We talk about this so often downtown and what needs to happen, and it's so irritating. So because we've been talking about it for so many years, and there's been little progress.
They said they demolish how many?
Was it 5 or 8?
I think like he said
5 in 8 months.
Right.
Okay.
I'm behind that. I support this.
to demolish.
Mhm.
Sure, but my question is,
you know my position.
if you wait for these owners to do something,
Mhm.
we will be here in 5, 10, 15 years.
So here's the thing, all right? And at the risk of somebody cursing me out and calling me an apologist for the government, all right? It's a balancing act today of to straddle. It's the reason why Stephen isn't in politics. Because if I was in politics, I would be writing legislation to take all that property and put it inside the care of the Bahamian people, the Bahamian government, all right?
Oh, God.
We'd confiscate all that property. We'd knock down all them buildings. We would make downtown all the things that you know that we need to have a real city functioning there, things that people will have attractive there, like people will come to see. Because you need, like, for example, when you go to New York, no matter how smelly New York smells, and no matter how many crazy people on the side of the road, everybody wants to go and see a show on Broadway. You will go look for Broadway. You go look for Times Square, all right? Now, we have Rawson Square, but we don't have the same level of cultural activity happening in our downtown area because of the limited amount of space. It is primarily a commercial area. Fine, whatever. But now we have these places that used to be commercial areas, dilapidated. The person's sitting on it because they know the property is worth $2, $3, $5, $8, $10 million.
Mhm.
And they know once they own it, and that's it. And they don't have to do nothing with it. Well, we need to start fining them for dereliction of whatever, not taking care of it. And now you're becoming your right as a landowner is impeding on the rights of all citizens. And every time we ought to find it, by the time we get to a certain amount, we just gonna confiscate it because it's the same it's the value of the property. That's what I would do.
Absolutely.
Right? But now, of course, again, Stephen is a crazy socialist.
No.
Right?
I think many people would agree with you. We've said that before. It's been past time for us to do that.
And so I think he's begging them, say, hey, we don't want to do nothing extreme. Please, guys, if you don't want to use it, rent it to somebody.
But here's a problem, and this might be why some of the owners aren't doing anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we keep sending out this very weird message about please do something with it. It can't be like that.
Yeah.
We need to
tell
them what it is that we want. And it's clear that nobody in the type of government that we have has the idea or the plan for it. But many others have said before.
We said on the show.
Right? We said all the time that we need to have a manager for the city.
Right.
We need to have a manager for all of the city centers and town centers that we have here. So not just downtown Nassau, but for Carmichael, for Palmdale,
And
for
this is definitely
Oaksfield.
going to be a local government situation.
It is absolutely.
Because you need to have persons coming in from the public saying, well, I think that this might work as a theater district, or somebody say, no, this shouldn't be a theater district. Let's make it all green space, and people can rent here and do this or whatever.
You have to have the plan,
right? But I mean,
and then implement the plan, and everybody has to fall in line. So
Right.
we have determined, based on the council meetings we had
This
and
is the best
report
course
from
of
the
action.
public, we are going to make this, an entertainment district. From
Right.
East Street to this place will be
Right.
that, and then from there to the
Open air
bridge will
theater or
be
whatever.
a theater district, a design district. It's
Or
going to be
maybe
this.
sporting.
Whatever it is.
Because
Well, sporting.
No, the reason I say sporting is because, all right, so we have Best of the Best Regatta on Montague, but the Montague foreshore is not large enough to accommodate more than 25 vendors. So you have the biggest regatta, quote unquote, at the end of the year, but only so many people can benefit from it. And then parking is atrocious. Did you drive past there?
Yeah,
During
it's
the time?
always- anytime
But I'm
there's
saying
something.
now, if you have a purpose, not even like a space where you could say, all right,
You can't do that on East Bay Street, though.
no,
think you can.
there are some
You got the
places
harbor
where
there and there's
that,
stuff.
but I'm saying there are spaces where you could accommodate
Well,
different
okay,
things.
whatever
But
it
again,
is,
that's a discussion we
yes,
would have.
uh-huh.
All right,
But you have to determine what it is. This is what we're going to do. And if you own property here, you need to do something that falls into line with
Right.
what this area is zoned for.
Or sell it.
So here, right. If you don't want to be a part of it, sell it or we're going to take it.
Right.
So this is
And
going to
then we
be
will
the
give you
entertainment
what we
district.
think is
All we want here are pubs and bars and theaters.
Right.
And this
No-
is what we want to happen here.
And another thing, moratorium on jewelry stores. We have enough.
If you dare say,
you ain't selling T-shirts and you ain't
My
selling jewelry.
goodness gracious.
Sell something else.
yeah. No more of that. But this is
done.
what we want, and this part from here to here is going to be this, here to here is going to be that. You need to tell folks. You can't say, we want you to develop, do something, please. No, don't tell them that. This is what it's zoned for. And you need to have a manager. You need to have a manager. If you're afraid of the word mayor, I don't know why, call the
Chairman,
person
whatever.
a czar.
No,
whatever.
czar is very creepy. I don't like czar.
Whatever, boss, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Big
they're
man,
hopefully
king
they're
man.
elected and not your cousin. But
They cannot be appointed.
It cannot be appointed. They got to be elected by the people. But for God's sake, this will never change. Like I was telling you, was it last week when we had that about public transportation? It's never going to get better if it's in the hand of the central government. If this is a local government matter, then we will see progress. But it'll never happen if we continue like this. The same thing with downtown. We are not serious if you just leave this up to the owners of the property.
They can find them now. Now, we're talking about if we want the best possible course of development, that's definitely going to be a local government thing. But tomorrow, they could just say, hey, let's meet in Parliament. Let's drop some heavy fines. You have 6 months from January 1st to have, because in the UK, they did the same thing with their high streets, right? Where they're like, listen, y'all have all these high street property or whatever. It's making the towns look bad. And you guys you can't have an empty store on our main street because it looks like the town is deserted.
Right.
Right? And so as a result, if your store has been empty for a certain amount of months, you get a fine from the government. And you're going to keep getting a fine every time we come here and there's nothing there. And so it incentivized the owners of these properties to rent it out even at a lower cost, just so they don't lose money from the fine. And so it's like something like that will incentivize these people because, like, here's the thing: we just need it to look like a thing. It's too many times persons will get to the rum cake factory and that's it. I'm just saying, like, the taxi will take you there, but if a person's walking, they'll be like, "Oh, don't walk past
or
there."
East of that,
Stop walking. Because
it's very sad,
and we can't have that.
Yeah, let's take. We got a lot of messages coming in, but let's take this call really quickly. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, Dwight.
Hi.
I'm Stephen again.
Morning.
Or Chester. Which one is this?
This is Stephen. Stephen, yes.
Okay, listen.
That's how we know.
I have an idea for downtown. I want you two guys to take a good look at it. Go on YouTube and put in Fremont Street Lightning Show. All right? And when you do that, just look at it, right? Just put a behemoth spin on what you're going to see, right? And another thing the government can do, the government can put ordinance on these people because it's only a small group of owners or they intentionally do this. I've been to many cities throughout the world, and I'm telling you this. Cities is the central part of a country, okay?
Right.
All right? And
you mean
our
Las
cities look like
Vegas?
a dump.
Yeah.
And it has to change, soon. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
He means Fremont Street in Las Vegas.
Yeah, you found it?
Yeah. It's it's an experience. I mean, which of course, if we had the thumbnail kind of gives you an idea of what it is. So it's like it's something that probably looks really good at night.
Outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, outside, indoors. The thumbnail is indoors, but it's an outside portion as well, right? And it looks like a giant arcade where, like, imagine Las Vegas with the lights.
Let me ask you something. I mean, I know some people really want to keep things traditional.
Oh, remember when we briefly had that Nassau night thing that was happening downtown? From the guy who did
market.
Tinfoil. Yeah, right. Something like that on the eastern end.
Yeah, well, I mean,
be cool
if you had an
the
entertainment
space.
district, you would do that. There would be outdoor cafes, and there'd be
all the trucks could come in at a certain time.
Live entertainment, and you could go bar hopping to hear live performers.
And I would shut down Bay Street at a certain time where it's like there's no
you have
to
to
traffic.
bring that up to city council because I don't know if everyone's going to agree. But sure,
no one drive. I'm saying, imagine now at 7 o'clock at night, Bay Street is pedestrian only.
Okay, so this is what I was going to say. So I know some people love things traditional, but downtown Nassau just doesn't look like a modern city at all, right? And I don't know.
It also doesn't look like a colonial city. I'm saying it doesn't look.
It is.
It doesn't look like. It's not like, oh, this is colonial architecture we're preserving or something. It doesn't look like anything. It's just like a hodgepodge of what's it called, stucco and dry rock,
Yeah.
rock.
So I'm, maybe the different zones would bring that. So if you do have a new entertainment district, maybe that's where you would see the lights, like people expect in Hong Kong or New York or even parts of London, right? It would look like that, and people would be enticed to come down there, to go down there, to live down there.
It could even
right?
be, but it could be understated as well. It could be where like everything you have lights, because clearly it'll be nighttime at some point, right? But it's like how people think of when they think of like Italy and the gondolas and stuff, where it's like, oh, this is a romantic look and feel, and that's who we're going after.
And why are we now just going after families and children? Why are we doing that as opposed to a romantic? Because I remember I've seen that before back in the day, the 50s and 60s, where they marketed it as a place for honeymooners and a place for lovers. But we seem to not want to be there anymore. Is that what's happening here? What's that about?
They
Why?
feel like I don't know. Maybe they feel like it's more people if it's children involved. But the thing is, if you have 4 children, you ain't spending. To me, I wouldn't spend as much money if I had 4 children. I would run out on my wife or my girlfriend. Not all 2 of them at the same time. One of them. I would pick one, my wife or my girlfriend.
Out?
I mean, in terms of spending money.
Oh, I thought you like...
Not abandon. I wouldn't abandon both my wife and my girlfriend.
Right. Oh, I thought you were saying something else. Okay, so this person is saying Fremont Street with BPL's track record?
Well, once again, we would not be pulling from the grid.
Oh, yeah?
I feel like all this would be a part of it.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Another text here. Wasn't there a board to deal with downtown? What do they do? Not quite.
Dude, that was for the development, right? For the cruise port or something?
No, I mean that's something else.
Right.
But I think they're talking about the downtown NASA partnership. They were trying to organize some stuff.
But that wasn't like a public board.
I mean, they couldn't really make decisions like that. It was a little bit different.
And then the thing is, at the end of the day, hands are still tied, because if you have private owners who are not doing their duty as parts of the community, they're messing up all of us. And so they need to do the right thing, and don't let their properties fall into this derelict condition.
Yeah.
And the government needs to figure out a way to incentivize them. I say that. Did you hear me roll my eyes?
Right. You should roll your eyes with your voice, because that's we've passed that.
No, when I say incentivize, there are different ways to incentivize people. Sometimes you incentivize people by saying, I will give you $50 to do this. And sometimes you incentivize people by saying, guess what? You still own it if you do it now. But tomorrow,
you incentivize
you don't need to worry about it no more.
If you do if you act now, I won't throw you in jail.
Right.
But that's
also incentivized.
Okay, there you go. Well, then I agree with that. This person says here, downtown needs parking for locals and condos, probably no more than 6 stories per building. No downtown flourishes by tourists alone. Yeah, it's persons living downtown and people coming to visit them daily, along with tourists, that will make downtown thrive. Once you provide the living arrangements, people will flock to downtown.
On one hand, I hate it, but at the same time...
Why would you hate it?
No, I hate the idea of condos, but at the same time, we have a home ownership crisis in the Bahamas, all right? We have people who, affordable homes. I wouldn't even say low-cost housing, right? But there's a home crisis inside the Bahamas. So this might be a way to deal with more than one thing.
Okay.
Once again, you could build it a certain way. You could have a certain price point in it. You could have a certain requirements of it or whatever to
there are
stay
options
there.
all over.
Right.
We've seen that in many parts of the world where they're starting at this point, but of course they're going to be more expensive ones.
And then also
floors.
some of these for a single person. Sometimes these are for family units and different. And so like you'll have different things with different people.
Yeah.
If you have that happening in Nassau proper, right? Then you're definitely going to bring different things downtown.
Yeah. This texter says that the government loves it when we demonize the Bay Street owners. Really? Didn't Chester Cooper have a meeting with them earlier this year or last year where they aired their problems? Wasn't he supposed to get back to them? I don't know about that, but they did have a meeting. But I don't understand what you're saying.
What do you mean demonizing? First of all, clearly, or you want to be one of the owners one day.
I mean, have you
Because
not
that's the-
driven through downtown? What do you mean by this?
I'm not demonizing anybody. I'm describing what's happening. And this is but here's the thing: it would be demonizing if I made you a demon. I'm describing what is happening. If you think that you are a demon, that's on you, right? I'm just describing what's happening. This will have nothing to do with the government likes it when we do. The government likes it when we tell the truth. Well, congratulations, that's great. All we're saying is this is a problem. It has to be dealt with as soon as possible. It is affecting us economically. It is affecting us spiritually, emotionally. Every time I go downtown, it's like only thing down there is traffic.
Yeah.
Traffic and dirt.
Texter, downtown is a mess, and they have to take some responsibility. It's not all them, but it's not all on them. But a lack of a plan has made this situation worse, and that is very important.
The problem is
we got to get to that.
Yeah, the problem is
get
these
to that
people
part.
are talking about this is blah blah. You don't pay $2,000. You would never pay $2,000 to come to downtown. If to the place that we call downtown, you would be upset if you paid $2,000 a trip. And that's where you ended up. You'd never go there again, and that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, it's very serious. I don't know what problems they aired, but I know that people who've tried to rent from them were shocked at what these folks said they would rent to them. And so that's amazing when you are surrounded by abandoned buildings and out there on what looks like the set of a zombie movie. So they are part of the problem.
Zombie movies have way better everything.
All right, let's do this really quickly. We've got to give away another bottle. We've got a sparkling wine to give away. It's from Oyster Bay. Yeah. And so here's a trivia question. If you answer the question, you will win this bottle.
But you have to say it in French.
All right, let's see which one we're going to use here. Is, that one, I don't know if I like that one. That one's, but you have to really, had to have been paying attention to get this one. If you were listening to the show on Wednesday, you'll get it. But anyway, so what's the newest Prosecco and Prosecco Rosé at Bristol's that makes the perfect aperitif or mimosa? We talked about it on Wednesday's show. If you know the answer, it's a brand name. If you know the answer,
is there a backup one? Because we only have so much time.
The other one might be a little anyway. So if you're listening on Wednesday, you know what it is. A brand that we've talked about before. The newest Prosecco and Prosecco Rosé at Bristol's that makes the perfect aperitif or mimosa. Call in right now with the answer, and you've won this bottle of sparkling wine. 323-6232, 325-4316. Give us a call. Let's see if you get that. Yep. And Stephen, your final words before Christmas, you're gonna make a Christmas wish appeal. You already told people just don't kill people.
No, not just don't kill people. All right, we're going to no one's gonna die. We're not murdering anybody this year. All right,
we certainly aren't.
All right, let's just make it to. We got to just make it to Wednesday, guys. That's all
we can make it to New Year's.
Yes, I'm asking for Wednesday.
and then Valentine's, and then Easter. We could do it.
See, you're being
we could do
facetious.
it. No, I'm being very serious.
We could.
Yeah,
but I'm dealing with the reality of what we have to work with. Give me Wednesday, guys.
Okay.
Just no murder for the next 4 days.
Fantastic. So come on, get that answer in, folks. What's the newest Prosecco and Prosecco Rosé at Bristol's?
What's the backup question? Give them a backup question.
That one?
Quickly.
This one's too. Okay. So this is the question. Is sparkling wine and champagne
What's the
two different
difference?
categories? Or
what is the difference?
Yeah, okay.
Calling
so
quickly.
what's the difference there? Let's see which one they're answering here. Good morning, caller. What's your answer? Which one are you answering?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. I'm calling concerning what we can do about Bay Street.
Oh, boy. Okay. Say it really quickly because we're running out of time.
Okay. You know how when we go to Magic Kingdom, Disney World,
that
all the buildings on Main Street are not occupied, but then they have a face front that is completely vested with everything else.
Yeah, that's a temporary solution.
That's Band-Aid, and that will be there for 200 years, knowing how we go.
For the time being, so first get off a pleasant walk.
I understand what you're saying.
Until we could come up with an idea.
Could we?
What we're going to do is a temporary.
They've been trying that with the art that they're doing, the murals.
I will accept that only if the owners are going to pay for it, and it's only a 6-month temporary solution while they figure out what they're doing behind it.
That'll be 6 years, 60 years, 600 years. It would be. I don't know. You don't want to go down that road. I tell you that now. All right, so these questions to our people.
This is a very easy. The second one is very easy.
Yeah, we got to go. We'll still answer the calls off air.
Call or text?
Oh, you want to do a text?
No, never mind. Call.
Call in. Anyway, everybody, have a wonderful Christmas. Wonderful Christmas. Safe. Be safe. Don't get yourself in trouble. We want you to be here with us on Wednesday. Let's take that one as we go. Let's see. Yeah, we got an answer to the trivia question. What's your